I just wake up in the morning and I yell a lot, even though it's way too early. It's fun though. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Wake up, wake up, wake up! What in the world is going on here? Why is he starting 2 minutes, 30 seconds early? Because I love this stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. What you won't do, do for love. You try anything and you won't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. What I would not do. I'll start the show 2 minutes early. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. All right. All right, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're like, what have I stumbled across? And I'll tell you, this is Upway 200 Garage in Life. And in my humble opinion, it is the best morning fitness talk show on YouTube. I'm John Greaves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage in Life. On this show, we talk about the topics that matter to the home gym community, and we get your live reactions along the way. The show is a lot of fun. You guys are in for a treat. If this is your first time checking us out, thank you for giving us the chance. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe, because I promise you, this is definitely worth your time. Then I also need you to start sharing this video out because we got to get more people in here. We got to get people in here to check out all the good stuff, all right? We got a packed show as usual. And unlike a lot of podcasts, we have guests, but the guests don't come on at the same time. So it's more like a radio show. So the guests come on sequentially, right? And the first segment is pretty much just shtick and me having fun with you guys. So to that end, let's go ahead and tell you what's on today's show. So in the first hour, we're going to have news and other things. That's where I'm going to tell you about all the home gym news items that came across my desk this week. And then at 6:45, we'll have a brand new recliner race. That is the most popular segment of the show. Basically, I crashed out about all the stuff that is going wrong since the last time I crashed out last Friday, okay? In the second hour of the show, which will be 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central, Mario from 46 Fitness is going to join the show because Mario had an epic rant on Instagram. He just basically just went off talking about how he feels about the current state of content creators and brand deals and all that stuff. And so I decided, hey, I'm gonna get this guy on here. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Why are you mad, Mario? We're gonna find that out. Then in the third hour, which is 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Mountain Time, Justin Kleckner, the president of PRx Performance, is going to join the show. We're going to talk about all of their new products. We're going to talk about their collaborations that they've done. And you guys will get to ask him about any new products that are coming out. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is my version of the Michael Jordan flu game. All right. So I was fighting a fever yesterday. You guys see, I got my hoodie on. I've got a number of different products here. You know, shout out to Fisherman's Friend. Not sponsored, but I am taking money if they want to send me some. In fact, I took a shot of Cynex right before I hit go live. But that don't matter. We are going to persevere. We got 3 hours of a good time, and I cannot wait to share it all with y'all. So let's go ahead and say hello to everybody who's in the live chat. Let's find out who's here first. Scroll up to the top. All right. 4:36 in the morning. Our guy Carlos said, let's get this party started right. Wake up, wake up, wake up. That's right, Carlos. Right behind him at 4:53 is Jared Martin. He says, hello, folks. What's up, Jared? Then the Kurt Locker, the man himself, says, morning, gentlemen. He came in here at 5:55. T-Dog, my guy Trevor, came in. He said, I'm late. No, you weren't late. You weren't late. I started early. I started 2 minutes early, man. And then, of course, the legend, man who parks in gym. Now, you guys may not know this, but MWPIG5 saves 5% at Prime Fitness. I don't know if that word's out there. I don't know if that's out there, but just want to let y'all know that. Shout out to the man who parks in gym. Michael Brantley coming all the way from the West Coast. What do y'all think about when somebody flies all the way to your state, flies all the way across the country to make it possible to hang out with you, and then you just ghosted me like, I'm busy. All right, I'm not calling any names specifically. I'm just saying that may be something that potentially happens. I'm just saying. My guy Matthew Porter, coming straight out of Florida. Once again, Matthew is sending me all kinds of crazy stuff from the Florida highways and backyards. And all I'm telling you is, you pretty much convinced me to never move to Florida. In fact, I'm at the point where I don't even want to visit anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to visit Florida anymore. All right. Let's see. Carlos said he's halfway to 10,000 steps. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, my man. There we go. All right. Okay, so we've said what's up to everybody who's in the live chat. Now let's see who turned in their homework this week. So the way that this works is we have a community post section on the channel. And I go to that section and I'm gonna pull it up. I look at, you guys are supposed to post, and you guys are supposed to post your workouts and stuff like that. And let's see here, and then we go ahead and we talk about it. All right, so now I was out of town. It's been a busy week for me, so I wasn't able to check it. So I've actually had no idea who had posted in here, and it looks like nobody turned in their homework this week. Shame. Oh, here we go. He said, hang out with me after working a week driving all over San Diego on my day off. I'm supposed to drive 2 hours. I flew 4 hours. I flew 4 hours, Mike. Okay, that's hurtful. I flew 4 hours because I think you're worth it. That's all I'm saying. I flew 4 hours because I think you're worth it. And Naomi and I were excited to see you. And, I'm just saying, Mike, that's hurtful. That you cut me deep. You're cutting me deep, Mike. Let's see here. It'd be your own people's. So I'm throwing the bus. Yeah, he's not getting thrown under the bus. I'm throwing the bus at him, and he's throwing the bus back. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Let's see. Eric Echoes, what's up, man? Good morning, boys. What's up, man? Glad to have you. All right. So here we go. All right, now that we've got all of that settled, let's go ahead and dive into our first segment, which is news and other things. Okay, so the first news item I gotta let you guys know about is Bells of Steel is having a Labor Day sale, like many other companies are having Labor Day sales. And we have, let's see here, the thing that I like about it is you can earn a discount code with a qualifying purchase. So basically, if you spend $500, you're going to get $50, and you can use that discount code between up until December 12th, right? So let's go ahead and do the first screen share of the day. That's right. You know what we do over here, ladies. We share screens. We share the screen. That's what we do over here. All right. So let's go ahead and let's check out Bells of Steel. So the way it works, get out of here. All right. The way it works is the Labor Day sale is actually going on right now. If you spend $500, you get $50. You spend $1,000, you get $150. If you spend $2,000, you get $450. And you get the code after you make your purchase. You have to make your purchase by Labor Day, and then you'll get your code by September 3rd. And then that code is good for basically all of the holiday shopping season because it's good all the way up to December 12th. So I really like that. If you guys would like to support the show and go do some shopping at Bells of Steel, just go ahead and click that QR code that's right up there in the like over my left shoulder. Yeah, I had to touch it over my left shoulder. And you guys scan that, go and visit Bells of Steel. It won't change your pricing or anything like that, but it does give me credit for pointing you in the direction of the Bells of Steel website. And it's, like I said, it supports the show. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll take that down now. And there we go. All right. So now the other thing that happened is we went to okay, hold up. Trevor said there's a new tricep bar that they put up on the slide. Oh, you talking about the flat tricep bar? Like the 4-6 Fitness one? Yeah, I saw it. On Instagram. Yeah. All right. So let's see. We went to. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I saw it on. What you call it on Instagram. It's a tricep push. It's a flat tricep bar, like the 4-6 Fitness flat tricep bar. Oh, it's a different bar jump, but you know what I'm talking about. It says an arch nemesis style tricep bar. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up? Jonathan's here checking in. Says Mario here yet? Nah. Mario comes on at 7 o'clock. And it's the home gym Discord in the house. Yeah, right. No fake channel checking in. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back over to there because now I want to see this. I want to see this tricep bar. So let's go ahead and I'll share the screen so you guys can help me look, because the last bar I saw from Bells of Steel was that flat bar. So is it on their website or is it just on Instagram? Because I haven't seen. It's a tricep bar here. I mean, that looks just like a hammer curl bar. I don't see anything. I don't see anything special. Is it on their Instagram? I get it, Jared. I tell you what, Jared, send it to me as a DM on send it to me as a DM on Instagram so I can check it, because so I mean there's an arch nemesis right there. I'm looking at it right now. The arch nemesis Swiss bar. Are you talking about this? That's not new, unless they've updated. It looks like the same bar they've had for years, and they even had it at Home Gym Con. But I'll do what you said. I'll type in arch nemesis. Oh, okay. Huh, that's different. Okay, let's check. Let's find out about this. All right, so it's a multi-purpose tricep bar for curls, cables, and landmine glory. Landmine. That's different. All right, so there's a landmine version of it. So it basically does what the arch nemesis does, except it's just got a smaller footprint, I guess. Can you say footprint when it's something you hold in your hand? Let's think about that for a few seconds. Can you say it's got a smaller footprint if it's something you hold in your hand? I decided no, you can't. It's got a smaller profile. Yeah, there we go. We will say that. All right, that looks interesting. Let me check this out. Handles look nice and thick. Only thing I'm curious about is how far apart these angled handles are. Because if that's already, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you're already out very, very wide and then it angles out and then you try to do tricep work with it, it's gonna be a rough day. It's gonna be a rough day, but okay. All right. I see shots fired. Shots fired. Hey, y'all get off Jared. Y'all leave Jared alone. I'm sure he's gonna buy that bar at some point. He said standard collar sleeve, no axles. Okay, and it's more affordable. It's more affordable. Nice. Okay. What's up, Kevin? My man Kevin from Home Gym Games. What's up, dude? Cutie Pie, what's up? Thank you for joining the show again. All right. So what do we think about this? Those of you who are watching, is this something that is this bar something that you are interested in? Interested in checking out? You're interested in buying? Because I'll say this, man. A lot of this stuff is you guys like to just look at it, but you don't really want to buy it. You know what I mean? It just looks interesting, and then you're like, oh, that's nice. You watch it, you look at the content surrounding it, and then you never pull the trigger. So is this something that you guys would actually want to add to your home gym? And if so, let me know why. Why or why not? I do see that it says works with standard collars and plates. That's good. because I'm telling you, man, using those axle collars just wears me out. But I do see that it's got a much smaller profile than the Arch Nemesis. Nice. Okay. Nice and space saving. So it's looks like it's a 15.5-pound bar. Loadable sleeve length about 6 3/16. Limited lifetime warranty. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. But is this something you guys want to add to your collection? So let's see here. Trevor says I might be making a trip to Indy to pick one up later in the year. Okay, there you go. And let's see. So we got one person who wants to buy it. Anybody else? Any other takers? Any other takers? Just trying to find out if y'all are pulling the trigger, or if you just window shopping. All right. Jason says I like it. Manny Parson Gym. I like it. I'm still bummed that Rogue never released the one that they sent to their Rogue athletes a couple of years ago. So my first experience with any kind of Swiss bar was the Elite FTS Swiss bar. I liked it, and then before that I had the Evanesh Farouja bar that Black Widow made, which is not exactly a Swiss bar. That's actually just it's a different kind of bar, but I really like that one. But I like using those for pressing. I've not seen any of these that I want to use for specific tricep work, like close grip bench, maybe close grip bench, but like I've never felt a need to use it for like overhead extensions, for example, or nose crushers, because to me, you get the advantage if you're using it for nose crushers of the fact that you have a neutral grip, but you can't come down as low because you're gonna hit yourself. You won't get the same range of motion because of the width of the bar. But I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, it's adding a little, it's adding training variety, and like I don't have a need for it right now in my gym, so I can answer the question that I'm asking you guys, like, would you want it? I don't have a need for it in my training right now, but I could see the utility of it. It may just be, even if all it does is keep training interesting, it might be worth the purchase. Because look at the cost here. I mean, it's less than $115, plus shipping. So it says sold out right now, but at some point you'll have it in stock, and then we'll see what the shipping does and all that. Might be something to pick up at Home Gym Con next year. If that's something you guys want. All right, let's see here. Trevor said, "Is there a promo code for Prime Fitness?" I hear MWPIG had a code. Oh yeah. You're 100% correct. Yes, there is a code, and here it is. Man, MWPIG5 saves 5% of Prime Fitness USA all day, even on the weekends, before and after lunch. I'm saying you can use it anytime of day you want. You get that 5% off. I'm telling you, that's real. That exists. Definitely exists. All right. Let's see here. Hey, Jared. Jared, look, tell him to get up off you, man. You can like what you like. So, I'm always comparing home gym stuff to cars. So, I like Mustangs, but I don't want to own one. But I ain't looking at it. If I see a picture of a Mustang, I'm like, oh, cool. I'll look at it. Especially the old ones. And I'm not them 5.0s. I'm talking about the old ones. I would definitely I like Corvette Stingrays, but I don't want to own one. They're just nice to look at. So if this is your hobby, I'm not saying that it's bad to look at it. I'm just curious about whether this bar is something that people are interested in to the point where like if we did a video about it, is this something that you're interested in enough that you just want to find out more information about it, and then you'll pull the trigger. Because a lot of the times what I'm finding is we do videos and people aren't actually interested in the product. They just want to watch the video. But it's like we're not really serving the purpose of giving you guys information to help you make sound purchases. We're just entertaining you, which is not necessarily bad. Entertainment is good. But, this actually relates to the conversation I'm going to have with Mario later on. So I'm just kind of, what do they call it, taking the temperature of the room. All right. Hey, what's up? Vintage Weights PGH says good morning. What's up, man? All right. So you guys know I went to RitFit this past weekend, and we had a lot of fun checking out the prototypes. Let me see if I can pull this up here. They had a I'm not sure if I can do this. So this is the room. Yeah, all right, let me see if I can pull this up. So I'm pulling. Okay, so right here. Okay, so let me share the screen. You guys can check out the showroom. This showroom was built by our guy, Dennis Solis. All right. All right, you guys see that? All right, so this is their showroom. Now, here's the thing. The plates on that side, those are their new version of their patriotic plates. But a lot of this stuff is prototypes that they're still working, on. So, for example, go back here. You can't see it. All right. A little bit before, to the left of these plates, you have some kilo plates, and they only had have the branding on the front because those are prototypes. All right. Hey, Carlos, what's up, man? Carlos Sanchez, what's going on, man? PRx is going to be here later on, so I'm glad you dropped by. Glad you dropped in. All right. So anyway, so this is the showroom. Now over here, this is the American flag rack. This is a prototype. This will be their first 3x3 11 gauge steel rack with 1-inch holes. And they said that they're still working on it. It's not ready yet. They're still trying to iron out the kinks and all that, but they have it on display so that people can use it and give them feedback, which is one of the purposes of the showroom. All right. So Naomi, this was Naomi's first chance to use their pink 45-degree leg press hack squat combo. I spent most of my time down here. Okay. That's where I don't know if the bench. Yeah. Okay. So they had their 3-in-1 adjustable bench. You guys can kind of see it over in the corner, and I use that. I also, these are lever belts. I didn't even realize that RitFit had lever belts. So these are the lever belts. I used this one. I used that one because that one was, I used it. My waist has gotten smaller, working hard, but it was just a little bit, like I could put it on, but it was a little too tight to be able to cinch it. So I just said the heck with it, and I used this one. And this one was actually too big, but you split the difference. But anyway, so I used their lever belts. That's those lat pull down attachments you were asking about, Jared, that are right there. Let's see here. I didn't really mess with their punching bag or anything like that, the heavy bag. I just didn't do it. So all of this stuff is stuff. It's like pulleys. Look at this guy right over there. And all this stuff is stuff that you're going to be seeing. You either see it now or you're going to be seeing it come out on their website over the next year. And they're going to have updated versions of all of it by Home Gym Con. By the time Home Gym Con comes around. I actually, and speaking of the, stop sharing here. And speaking of the, I can learn how to stop. So. All right, so speaking of the 3-in-1 adjustable bench, I did a video about it on Instagram. So we did an Instagram, we went live on Instagram, and now it's a reel with Matt Baliano, and he took us through a lot of the products, right? And he was saying, so they have, like, he showed us all the stuff about it, but then after we looked at it, after we cut the camera off, Tom was like, well, actually, there are changes that they're making to that version, which is an upgraded version of what they had before. One of the things I think, this is just off of memory now, one of the things I think they're going to add is a closed ladder system for the bench. So that's something. So they even took the bench down. Let me see if it's still up on the website. Benches. All right, so let's share this right here. All right, so see right here, they said that they're going to close that. They're going to close that closed ladder system. And Jared asked the question, like, what's the difference between the 60 by 60 and the 75 by 75? Size, but then also how much weight it can handle. So the 75 by 75 is rated for 2,000 pounds. 60 by 60 is rated for 1,500. Okay, so it's still on here, but my advice to you guys is don't buy it right now. Do not buy this right now. Wait until they come out with the updated version. Excuse me. They're going to come out with an updated version that's going to be a better one. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. That's going to be a better one than the one that's out on the website right now. So just hang tight. Okay. All right. Jason said the showroom was great. Honestly, seeing all the content that's been coming out since the grand opening, I just kept thinking, wow, I didn't realize RitFit was bringing it like this. And Carp said, yeah, a lot of people think they're a new company that started dumping money into marketing, but they've been around literally 10 years. Trevor said RitFit is looking like a brand to watch. You might want to start getting that stuff early before the prices go up as they get bigger. I think, and Kevin said something, Kevin in Japan, said something similar to me when he was like, I think he said he thinks RitFit's going to take over a lot of companies because they're so responsive to customer feedback. Like they'll just boom, 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 boom. You make a suggestion and it feels like only a couple months and they've made the change. At some point, that's going to level out because it's not possible to just keep on changing stuff that fast. But at some point, it's going to level out. But right now, I think it's cool because you're ending up with a product that people want. Like they're basically beta testing in public. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see some? Oh, here's a video of the plates. Okay, this is me. I'm doing shoulder presses next to the TikTokers. So I'm going to share the screen real quick. I just want to show y'all the plates. All right, so that guy right there and his wife have a fairly large TikTok following, and they were literally Home Shopping Network all their stuff. Like they're going through and saying, "Oh, guys, if you like this, you need to jump on it and buy it." Like they're straight up selling stuff on their TikTok. And y'all know I'm in my 50s, so I'm like, "What's going on here? Who's buying this?" But apparently, that's the thing now. You can buy stuff on TikTok. So shout out to all 1,016 of you. If you go shopping on TikTok, shout out to you. That's not something I do, but I thought it was really interesting. Anyway, so they were going around looking at a bunch of different things, highlighting the products, And that was what was really happening on Friday. People were going around highlighting products. We were doing like workout challenges and things like that too, but it was cool. So anyway, so as I said, if you look at these plates, they don't have, typically kilo plates have the branding on both sides of the plate. But these, I just wanted to try them. These only have the branding on the front because they are basically not even the display model. They're kind of display model / prototypes, right? So what I can tell you about these is the tolerances are tight. I mean, like, there's not going to be any slop, but it was like sliding these plates on and off the bar was something, you know. It was an experience because like you almost had to like walk it on and off. If you didn't have it like completely like level when you're pulling it off, you couldn't slide it off. You couldn't slide the plates off the sleeve. The tolerances are super tight. So that's that. What's up, Vern? My man Vern. I hope y'all saw that video I did with Vern. And actually, Vern interviewed me as well. So that video should be coming out on his channel pretty soon. What's up, Vern? All right. Carp said Makolo has a bench, adjustable bench, like the 3-section adjustable bench. It's an updated 75 by 75 with a closed ladder. So the one at home gym con was not closed, but they updated it. Yeah. All right. So this is anyway. So this was my first time. This was my first time using one of their bars. Because up until this point, Naomi's the only one who's gotten bars from RitFit. So this is about 150. It's not heavy. It's like about 150 some pounds. Yeah. Anyway, but it was cool to use it. Let's see. I want to show you guys some more stuff. I want to show you stuff that's not boring. Let's see here. So this is we're getting YouTube shorts out of most of this stuff. Of course, y'all know I got to show y'all me doing the 220-pound dumbbell challenge, right? Yeah. So this is the last thing I'll show you guys. It was a lot of fun. The trip was a lot of fun. All right, so let me set the stage. So that's a 220-pound dumbbell, right? And the challenge was, can you pick it up and hold it for 3 seconds? All right. Well, I arrived at RitFit with zero intentions of doing any of these workout challenges or anything like that. The plan was to just go there and cover the event, and then also get some time working out with their stuff, right? But I wasn't gonna do like challenges. Well, that plan went out the window because they were like, hey, you know, people were trying to do this challenge and nobody was getting it. Okay. To the point where they stopped filming people trying it. They just stopped filming. But I didn't know that. So I went ahead and I did it. And it was after I did it. So then Naomi was somewhere else. She was getting some B-roll. I think she was actually getting like a B-roll of the entire showroom at the time. So I do it. She comes back and I'm like, and I asked if she saw me do it. And I said, because I hadn't done any kind of one-hand lifting that heavy in a while. And she said, no, I didn't see it. So I was like, you know, hey, who recorded this? Check, you know, this so I can show my wife. And they're like, we didn't record it. I'm like, what? Because they didn't expect me to be able to do it. So this is not the first time, but the second time. So see, I already got chalk on my shirt because I've already done it once. There you go. Now I see, even watching this, I feel like I see that I could have done better in terms of technique to make it even easier. because the first time I stood up all the way with it, but then that one, you know, my back was already tight. But I got it. Yay. Hooray. All right, anyway. Vern absolutely refused to do it. Vern refused to do the challenge. All right, now let me show you something else I got from RitFit. They sent us some of their collars, and I've used these already. I attempted to use them, but just like I said about the plates, so if you guys go on their website and you see their collars, you see their collars. This will kind of tell you, give you a little bit about it. This is not a review. I'm just telling you what's up with these collars. So, move this off here. Okay. These are not actual collars. These are collars for a normal barbell with a sleeve. Okay. But you see how tight this is. See how tight this is, and I've got my OSO axle collars to show you this comparison. So OSO collars over here. These are the RitFit barbell collars. So these are axle collars, RitFit barbell collars. Look how tight that is. Here we go. Look how tight that is. The RitFit collars in front. So I think this one needs to kind of, I think the tolerances on this, I mean, you want your collars tight, but it's hard to even get them off the bar, off the sleeve. Again, if you don't have it angled exactly right, it won't come off the sleeve. So if that's something you like, cool, then grab them. But and we're gonna continue using them to see if it loosens up a little bit. I do like the fact that these are magnetic. You see there you go. Right here, these are all magnets, so you can just stick it to the rack if you want to. We have it. We stick these to our wall control pegboard. So it doesn't stick like this. It sticks like lockjaws would. It sticks like this. So there you go. I got a question. Do they have it in green? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's find out. And no, they have them in red, black, and pink. Have them in red, black, and pink. Carlos. And in fact, if y'all want to check out this, all right, so they're aluminum, elastomer pads. I will say that this is true. The clamps are easy to open and close. I don't know, because Naomi has longer fingernails than I do, so I don't know how much she'll like it, because she doesn't like collars that clamp down like this, because she doesn't want to damage her nails. So that's one reason why she doesn't like using our lockjaw collar. She uses a different kind. But anyway, yeah. And looks like they're gonna go for, trying to find the price. Doesn't have a price, but it apparently you can buy it in 2 installments of $23. So I'm gonna say probably about $46 plus shipping. All right, there you go. Jared, I told you I'm sick. Oh, I'm sick. This is my flu game. Oh, shoot. All right, there you go. Carlos said he cannot do pink. Hey, I understand, man. The OSO collars are the OG and they're still amazing. I understand. Yeah, I like OSO collars. The Rogue OSO. So I got mine after OSO. No, before OSO sold theirs to Rogue. And so I've had that. That tells you how long I've had them. And but I only use them with axle collar, with the axle bar. So I don't use it as often. I use it with the Garage Gorilla bar. All right, let's see here. All right, now we got a few minutes, and then we're gonna go into Recliner Rage. So, a couple things that we got coming out on the channel. Actually, hold on. Let me tell you. I don't want to tell you that. I'm supposed to tell you that the RitFit sale is still going on. The 10th anniversary sale is still going on. Yeah, 10th anniversary sale. It goes until September 1st. You get discounts. So it ends in 3 days and 17 hours. Okay. So now other sales that are going on that I've seen here. Let's see. I know Fringe Sport had a sale. Right here. All right, so Fringe Sport's having a Labor Day sale as well. And let's go here and check that out as well. So let's see. So Fringe Sport's having a Labor Day sale. Looks like that one ends in 5 days. So it's going to go past Labor Day, apparently. Free shipping, or shipping is included. Now, I want to know, what do you guys think of this swan neck thing? See if I can go back. Here, let's just search for it. Yeah, the swan neck. There we go. So a lot of you guys have belt squats. Question I have is this something that's interesting to you? Get the swan neck, you can get your belt squat and kickstand. Is this something that's interesting to you guys? And to be honest with you, I don't even know what it's for. I'm assuming, I know it adds like some level of functionality, but what is this thing for? I'm not the guy that pretends that I know everything about every product that comes out. So what's the point of the swan neck? And why is it exciting? Or is it exciting? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the swan neck? Trevor said he's got the blue collars from when Oso was their own company. I'm telling you, Oso collars were the best, man. I used them for Steinborns. They are the collars that have worked the best so far. Lockjaw collars worked well too for Steinborns, but Oso collars were my go-tos for a long time. See, Carlos said, I don't know what it's for. That's what I'm saying. I saw it come. I saw the swan neck on Instagram, and I was like, well, what's this for? Okay, so Trevor said, I got the PRx belt squat prototype at Home Gym Con. They had a swan neck built into it. I used it for lateral lunges yesterday, and it was pretty smooth. Okay, what? Yeah, but what is it? There we go. Thank you. All right. So Jason said it's a complement to the Mammoth belt squat, so you get range of motion side to side, and you can also use it to store the Mammoth belt. Okay. Clark said they're trying to make it a free motion belt squat that has side to side movement, so lateral movement, and then you can store it upright in lock position if you do. That's taking it up the upright. Okay. All right. So once again, I ask you the same question. Is this something that, for those of you who have belt squats, it's 25% off right now because of Labor Day. Is this something that is of interest to you? Check out some of the, I know that this doesn't really fit with their color branding, but I really like the little red accent pieces that they put on there, that they're putting on their stuff down. Of course, that's because I like black and red, but still, I just like these little accent pieces, kind of just stand out. You know, like it's just like it's all black, 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 and then boom, a little spot of color. I really like that. I really, really like that. Okay. Stop sharing. All right. It is now time to crash out. Top 4, Recliner of Rage. Let's begin.
It's the Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage, 'cause he's not happy.
All right, so Recliner of Rage. First of all, I told you guys at the beginning of the show that I had a fever yesterday. Okay, I had a fever yesterday. I started having a headache on Wednesday, and then I had a fever all day yesterday. Right, so that's the first one. Okay, why I gotta get sick the day before my show? There's like six other days I could have gotten sick on. Okay, like for example, I could get sick after the show. That'd be excellent because that would fit in my schedule. Now I got 7 days before I have to be back on camera again. That'd be amazing. Okay, but apparently such is not to be. All right, no problem. So that's the first thing that irritates me. That's one. So that means I couldn't really work out because I can trace back and I understand why I was feeling so drained. So Monday I went to bench and I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, all right, and I thought, well, maybe it's because of the jet lag of flying to California and all that. So I just said, you know what, the heck with it. What I do is I just turn it into a deload week. Whenever I feel like that, I just turn it into an impromptu deload week. So I deloaded, but still, I mean, my lower back was like, I was having joint pain. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay. So then full-fledged sickness yesterday morning. I'm like, all right, makes sense now. I'm sick. All right. So my wife says to me, I'm going to get the sauna ready. You go in the sauna and it's going to open your pores up and it's going to help you breathe. All right, I'll do it. I go in there. What I have forgotten is the sauna is designed for a 12-year-old child. That thing is so tight. Y'all know I hurt my knee in the Marine Corps, right? I hurt my knee in the Marine Corps. So my knee doesn't want to be bent like that for long periods of time. So she turned the sauna on. I go get in there. And you know, the sauna's hot, so I can't have my phone in there. I can't have anything in there. So I'm just in there suffering. And it's like I'm caught in the middle. I can breathe better, but my knees are just throbbing. So I'm just in there just suffering. And I'm like, why isn't a sauna set up? Why would you sell a sauna to an adult that adult can't be comfortable in? Let's just ask ourselves that. Why are you selling a sauna to adults that's designed for a 12-year-old child? And heck, the way some of these kids are big nowadays, even they couldn't probably fit in it. I'm literally sitting in there, knees like this next to my chin, knees just throbbing. So then my wife was like, because you know I'm complaining the entire time, right? I mean, that's how we do. So I'm complaining. She said, well, stand up. All right. So I stand up. There's nothing to grab onto, but I stand up. And so I'm standing there. I kind of had to like be bent over a little bit. And I'm in there. And again, I'm breathing better, but eventually I got to sit back down because, again, I'm under the weather. So I sit back down. And sure enough, my knee starts hurting. Knee starts hurting. I mean, as soon as I sat down, my knee started hurting. So I said, okay, here we go. Here we go. What we're going to do is I'm going to unzip the bottom and I'm going to stick my feet through the hole so that my legs are straight. And then I just like kind of zip it tight around my feet and it'll still be hot. My wife says, no, you can't do that. You got to leave it completely shut so the heat doesn't escape. So she shuts that down. So of course, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm a rebel, so I rebel. So I waited till she went in her office and couldn't see me. And I immediately unzipped the bottom and stuck my feet out. And around the corner comes the snitch. That's right. Our daughter comes around the corner. Dad's got his feet out. Dad's got his feet hanging out in the sauna again. Like, seriously? Can I live? Can you let a man live? Can you just let a man live? Okay? So I had to pull my feet back in there. I'm telling you, it was horrible. Knees are just hurting the entire time. It's bad when you got to make a choice between breathing and your knees not hurting. I hit the 30-minute mark. I had to get out. But let's refresh. Let's go back to refresh the screen and go back to why I'm mad. Why would you make a sauna for adults that's too small for adults to be in? I mean, for real. Why would you make, let's not even make it a sauna. Why would you make a product for adults that adults can't fit in? Seriously. What sort of sense does that even make? What sort of sense does it make to make something that adults can't actually sit in and be comfortable in? And yeah, I take it personally. Yes, I take it personally because they sent it to my house and they knew I couldn't fit in it. So now I get to see it, but I can't go in there. How you? Man.
It's the recliner of rage.
It's the recliner of rage, 'cause he's not happy.
Furthermore, I'm not going to calm down about this. I know y'all don't think this is a big deal. But again, the only way I could breathe yesterday was by getting into that little death trap dungeon and being there with my knees hurting. Okay? So I decided I'm going to stay mad. And when the show's over, I'm going to go lie down and sulk in my room. Because I'm still going to be upset about it. I'm thinking about writing a letter. I'm thinking about sending a letter to the company. I got the information. I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously thinking about it. That's all I say. All right. Say if I like black and red, I should check out 46 Fitness. Yeah, that's a good idea. Believe it or not, I got 46 Fitness stuff here in the house that I paid money for. All right, Mario, you ready? Since I'm crashing out anyway, you ready to crash out with me? All right. Yeah, I got ratted out. There's no loyalty nowadays, man. There's no loyalty in America. All right, but let's take a second and we're gonna add. I'm gonna calm down just a little bit because I'm gonna add LinkedIn, and then we're gonna bring Mario in here. Let's see here. Come on down. Okay, welcome to everyone who's tuning in from LinkedIn. This is Up Way Too Early with Garage and Life. This is the show where we talk to the brands that make home gym culture possible, and we get your live reactions along the way. So, my first guest of the day is Mario Rego. Mario is the founder of 46 Fitness, and he's on here. This is Mario's third time being on my show. And what made me invite him on here is Mario posted an epic rant on Instagram after he watched our show last week, where we were, among other things, discussing video content creators and what they should expect from a brand if they approach them with an idea for collaboration. So I told Mario that this is something that we should probably unpack a little bit more, because I felt like the comments, like people were putting comments on his Instagram post, but I felt like, this is a topic that deserves to be talked about. So let's go ahead and bring him in here. Mario, come on in. Oh, wait. There we go. What's up? What's up, man? I cannot hear you. You are muted. Let's unmute you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Got it. All right. What's up, man? How you doing?
No, my shameless plug. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna get in early.
Hey,
the Black Widow tricep bar is gonna be released soon.
Oh, sweet. Okay. What's gonna be the price point for that?
$129.
Okay.
So this gets stored up here. You can rotate it, and then the pin goes at the bottom, and then it's fixed.
Okay.
So the thing's super nice.
Is it on your website right now?
No, not yet. I have to get the red piece powder coated, and I don't want to do a pre-sale, so I'm trying to get it packaged.
Gotcha. Okay, so when can we expect it?
In about a week to 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
close.
Yeah.
I have all the parts.
And that's like I look at stuff like that as like, if you're releasing it, is it going to be ready? So I was like, oh, is it ready by Labor Day? Is it ready by Black Friday? Is it ready by, you know what I mean? Like looking at the different holidays, the different shopping days. Okay, I like that.
All right. You ready to rock and roll on this?
Yeah, I'm ready. So I want to get feedback from everybody who's watching in the chat, since we do have some content creators in the chat as well. But let's kick it off with, like, you were really upset, okay, in your rant.
I don't know about that. Rather than I wouldn't call it upset. It's just annoyed by the lack of education, responsibility, the lack of understanding on both sides of the fence.
Right.
Everybody views things in one way. But before we start, I have no grudge. I love everybody. I'm not taking it personal. It's just an opinion piece. and a view, and the view is not only from my side of the fence because I wear both shoes. I understand both sides of the fence, and it's coming from a business perspective, and that's it. So don't get mad at me if I offend you or you take offense to things, because I have no feelings, so I don't get butthurt. So
okay, so let's just start with just the basics. What made you post the rant on Instagram? Like, what was it? Because you watched the show, and then after the show's over, you tagged me, but we were in the middle of shooting content for that event last week. And so I didn't actually watch the video until that night. Okay. So by the time I watched it, people had made comments and everything else. And I was like, what's going on? I didn't even know what it was. I literally thought you had tagged me in like a video of a product or something. Okay. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out later. Okay. And then we're driving to our son and daughter-in-law and to see our grandkids. And they live in California. And I said, all right, my wife was driving. So I was like, oh, well, let me check this thing out for Mario. Let me see what it is. And that's when I was like, I was watching it. I looked at my wife and I said, ooh, she said, what? And I said, Mario just went off. So what was it that made you, like, what happened on the show that made you say, okay, I need to make a video?
So I wanted to do a video like this when I was on Jake's podcast. I wanted to come back and talk about how to have people come and approach companies, because I've had people approach me and there's a lot of confusion going on. And what really sparked me is I talk to myself a lot. So I'm like, I role play in my head and all this. And what really sparked me is this keyhole thing on a power rack. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Rogue's been doing this for how long before even, it wasn't anybody's idea. In fact, it's probably not Rogue's, but they did it. And they have a hole under a hole, which they call a keyhole. And it's not a new concept that people want to take it over the top, just collectively. And people want credit for this and want credit for that. But what really agitates me is the only thing that matters is execution collectively, not a thought in your head. It's from start to finish. Like, I have this, right? I can make it for myself and be like, oh, it's the greatest idea in the world. But if you can't buy it, what's the point? It takes a lot of work to get all this machined and catted and in a box and powder coat, the bolts.
Right.
So, I could have drew this and be like, yeah, that's my idea, but some other company bring it to market, or let's just say they beat me. Well, everybody says, well, they were the first to market, right? Or they were the originators. No, technically I was, but was I? Because I didn't have it available to purchase. So you get my point? So
I mean, I get you saying, like, because there's a couple of things in there. So you've had multiple products that you've had out, and you said you started putting like videos and pictures of your products out, so people wouldn't accuse you of copying people. Like, hey, I had this out this far back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that. What I'm saying is, and I while I understand, ironically enough, it was Brian from PRx who told me this back in 2017, says you can't patent an idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So while I get that, the reality is that if you're doing something one way, and I come to you and I say, hey, well, if you just did it like this, it would be much more effective and your product would sell better. Even if I didn't develop that idea, I just saved you a ton of money or made you a ton of money because none of you were thinking that way.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
You're being helpful out of genuineness, kindness of your heart, because you cared about the growth of the company and that product. And I do the same thing,
Cool.
But I don't want credit for it. I just want to see something better in the market. So I've done that so many times. And sometimes I do it so much, I feel like I overstep my bounds on the company. Like I'm smarter than them, but
Yeah.
it's just coming from my heart because something popped my head. And maybe it's a dumb idea, maybe it's not, but maybe we didn't think about it, which happens to me frequently.
So here's let's see. So Kurt has a point. He said, I've said this a lot to folks. Ideas are worth nothing. Ideas plus execution is the first point where it can be valuable. This requires CAD, prototype, or straight up production.
Yeah.
So it seems to me, and this is just me thinking it through, like, well, what would be the thing? That there is a, you know how like you got like somebody at a company who's just like basically the ideas guy?
Yeah.
Like, right. So I think that people who are in content creators kind of see that as like what they're doing. They're like, you know, well, you pay people to be the idea person. Like they basically do concepts at your company,
Yes.
and then a different department fleshes out the concept. And sometimes the concept doesn't go anywhere, and they're like, that was stupid. Go back in your lab and come back when you have something different, right?
Yeah.
I think this is just my opinion. I think that's what it is. It's like people who have ideas are like, well, I'm the person who's outside your company with the idea you need, and you take that idea and run with it. But if you were willing to pay somebody to work for you to be your ideas guy, why wouldn't you pay me for my idea?
Yeah, that's that.
No, I mean, I want to hear
Yeah.
your response, because I think that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I totally understand. So I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it because this is what I do.
There we go. All right.
I think it all comes down to entitlement and greed and equal of money. Because now you're not coming at me to help me make a better product. You want entitlements, right? So I'll give you an example. I went to off-road shows all the time, and I love them. I love them so much because I get to talk to the customer direct, and they tell me, hey, look, this is the exact same scenario, but in person. I wanted this and this and this, and I take in all the inputs. And sometimes I'll make an iteration of what their vision was. They say, hey, I want electrical panel here. That's as far as I want because of blah, blah, blah. And I go back and do my design and I release it to market. Not a single time a customer ever came to me after the fact and said, that was my idea. You took my idea, ever, in off-road. What they did is, thank you for making that. I really needed it, because all they cared about is something to serve their purpose so they can move on with their life. In the gym space, the culture has created such entitlement, and that equates to greed and money. In the end, it's not coming in from the bottom of their heart. You know what I'm saying? It's gimme, gimme, gimme. So don't take it personal.
No,
I'm just saying.
No, not
you, just everybody.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, that kind of goes into the other part of it. Is like, I think that you're really frustrated with the entire product review system. How would you fix the system if you could create? You start from scratch and say, okay, I'm going to create something that's good, that benefits both the content creators and the brands. Well, how would you fix it?
So a content creator, AKA, is a business. No more, no less. If you're trying to monetize it, which they all are, it's a business, right? And who's your customers in a business? It is
in that case, it's the brand.
Well, the brand makes the product, and you have an end consumer. Now, in this case, the brand is the company, the product in which you're reviewing, and the secondary is, once again, the consumer, the customer.
Right.
Now, everybody's serving two people because the company is not the boss. It's the end consumer that's the boss. And, we make products. So if the product isn't good, the consumer's not buying. Okay. That's a content creator just the same. So when the content creator has to take that into play, because they're serving the person that gave you the product, or they want to review the product, and then they're serving the consumer at the same time. That's a hard balance, because you want to be honest, but you want repeat business from the company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
you can balance that. Now, what I have seen is the content creator is wearing the king's hat and wants to rule the land and control everything and want views from it. So they want the free product. They want to control the situation. And they're saying it's for the consumer, which I think it's for the money or the views, which equate to money. It's not really, I'm doing this for the people because the people, you know. It starts like that, but I think because they see other people and they think that other people are doing good, and they're like, oh, look at them. It's a facade. Literally a facade. Show me your bank statements. Show me how good you're doing, and then we'll talk, you know. But it's perception's not reality, even though the military says differently. So
I think, man, I get it. Like, you know, sometimes people, so you hear people say, well, I started doing this because I want to give people information so they can, you know, know what, like, buy, like, they can know how to spend their money or whatever. But quite honestly, I don't believe that anymore. No. I think I don't believe that that's what's happening. I think that we are, and if anybody's honest, they'll agree that we're essentially providing a form of entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like, you know, like the commercials at the Super Bowl. We were talking about this yesterday after the commercials at the Super Bowl. Like, you think about how entertaining the commercials at the Super Bowl are. So you're being entertained by the commercial, which makes you watch it, which may or may not make you want to buy those potato chips or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you watched it because
can I pause you for a minute, just because it's part of your context? Those Super Bowl commercials are paid by the product companies. They control the narrative and the culture. And right now, the gym reviewer wants to control the narrative and the culture, a lot of the time the company has zero say because they want to be honest.
Oh, you mean like the reviewer doesn't let the company like write the script?
Yeah, which they shouldn't, because every reviewer has their own personality and culture.
Right.
But if the product reviewer, they still want clicks. So it's like the company doesn't exist, but they gave them a free product. Totally different story if you pay for it yourself. Free will, do whatever you want. I paid for this myself. This is what I wanted. But when you're receiving free products, not that I'm going to tell you what to do, because I'd rather you tell me your honest opinion before you even do the review, so I can fix things, you know?
Yeah.
But normally they want to be like, gotcha moment when they do the review, so they can get more clicks, because that negativity gets more views than something positive, you know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing. So I'll say this, and I'm going to use Jonathan's review of that knockoff Voltra product. Where like he pulled on it and then it didn't retract. The strap didn't retract, and they told him, "Hey, we don't want you to talk about that in your video." I'm like, "Well, how can I do that?" Because the first time somebody gets it at their house, they're going to immediately say, "Well, this is messed up, and you didn't say anything about it." Well, my credibility just went in the tank because I didn't bring it up.
Was it a knockoff product or the real product?
It's a knockoff.
Yeah, but he never stated that in any of this video. I didn't watch the video, but he didn't state that in his Instagram context. So
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at the Instagram. I'm talking about, I watched the YouTube video, and he mentioned in the YouTube video, he said, "Look, this is a thing." He said, "This is the thing that they wanted." He kind of put him on blast, but he was like, they wanted me to not bring this up, but the fact is that this is a defect with this product. So we kind of, like you said, we kind of have a little bit of a tension because if you're paying me to make a video for your company, then you're my customer.
Yeah, would that equate to free product? Because it's still payment because it's coming, the money's coming from somewhere, you know?
That's true. So there is, it's kind of like it says on YouTube, like, did you receive anything of monetary value for doing this video, in exchange for
Yeah,
doing this
yeah.
video? So yes,
A penny.
if you got a physical product, that is monetary value. So yes, I do agree with that. At the same time, man, and I see you guys' comments. At the same time, I'll say that I've said this before. There's got to be space for people who are basically promoting a product. Maybe it's the unboxing video, right?
Yeah.
You take it out of the box and you're like, I haven't had time to play with this, but I'm just gonna open it up and this is what it does, right? But if your video isn't entertaining, if you don't shoot it well, people aren't gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So
correct.
let's say, all right, so I put a monetary value on my time. Okay. So let's say you send me a $50 product. Okay. And it takes me 3 hours to shoot the video, edit the video, create the thumbnail, you know what I mean? And it goes over multiple days. Not only is that tied up with that's my that's the red, my negative to my positive. It's like, all right, I'm comparing how much time I spent doing this to the value of this thing that this guy sent me, and then also the opportunity cost, because while I'm doing this video, I'm not doing something else that could be making money, because like you said, being a content creator is a business.
Yes.
And I think that part of the problem is people who literally start doing this just so they can get free stuff for their home gym.
Yes. Oh, so true. Oh,
right. So they don't. That's why I said I don't believe that people really start doing this because they want to help. I think a lot of people start doing it because they want to get free stuff for their home gym, and they want the clout of having people say, "Oh, that's so and so." That's so and so. He's got videos, he's got views, and whatever, right?
Yes.
So I think that is there's a tension there, because I mean we all got an ego. We all like it when people are watching our stuff and commenting and all that. So another thing that we actually, let me go to the comments. Hold on. Let's see here. So Rob says content creators that are clear with companies about the service provided are fine. He says, I'll film an honest review of your product if you send me one. If a company agrees, they agree. That's correct. It's like, that's one thing, is like, I think you need to let the company know up front, hey, I'm going to do an honest review. I'm going to talk about what I like, what I didn't like in this video.
Yeah. Okay? And if a company didn't watch your previous videos, they're idiots. They'll know what they're going to get if they watch your previous videos. They're complete morons if they didn't do that. Well, and they get what they get, because I see all the comments by content creators, the feedback on different things across, because they communicate openly, and then watch their videos too. And this is why I see what's going on. I see what's in their heads. I see the comments. I see the company can't control what I talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If the company approached them, okay, there's a desire from the company to want to reach out to them because they've seen their videos and they know what they're going to get. So I don't understand why they would want to control the narrative if they previously already know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but it happens more than you think.
I don't doubt that.
All the time.
Especially the bigger the company, the more control they think they have because they have leverage. But also on the flip side, the content creator thinks they have leverage too. So, I think there's a happy medium there. No Fate's one of my favorite people, right? In the content creating space. I love the guy. I think he's hilarious. I love watching him on his show. But I sent him one of my products, and he compared my Viper Lat to the Clever Built thing and did a pros and cons, but he did it such in a clever way that he made the reps sound a little bit better because he knows he's going to get more affiliate link sales related to that than to mine, because he's reps more popular than me, and he knows that will equate to more sales at the same time, which I'm okay with. I think it was super clever, you know. It didn't help. I think it was really clever, and I know there's angles and pitches to things, and I understand that aspect of it. So I don't get mad. It's just lesson learned, right? I did send him that product. I said, hey, try it out. Tell me what you think. Blah blah blah. He did what he did. I'm not bitching about it. I think it was really clever, but a lot of the people I've seen are using products as leverage for themselves rather than a reciprocating team effort between the brand and the creator to try to come across and execute on a collective there.
All right, so Rob says, after the fact, after he releases a review, if the company doesn't like the review, they should look at their product, take the feedback from the review, and move forward. If they don't like that, then they said then spend money on advertising instead of sending gift equipment to content creators as a form of advertising.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like this is all a form of advertising. So that being said, man, I think that there's, and this kind of goes to the thing that I was saying about how brands want us to keep the products forever. And I'm like, well, look, I got limited space in my gym.
Yeah.
There, if I keep everything, in fact, I'm not even going to talk about getting stuff from a different brand. Once you've worked with a brand, they're liable to send you, let's say I got a bench. Well, then they come up with version 2 of the bench. They want to send you version 2. Well, what am I supposed to do with version 1?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I supposed to do with version 1? So that's the tension there. I like what you said about the return label.
Yeah,
because there are people I know who are buying storage units.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because they want to, they have to keep this stuff forever. And I'm like, man, or like 6 months or whatever. So I'm not about to do that.
This is my proposal. I go to your business, you fix problems, right? So there's many things. It depends what type of person you are. So for me, I've offered, which I'm still, if you want to, I will send you a product for free, and you use the product for 3 months, whatever time you need to get the feel of it, so you can do a proper review. And I'll send you a return label. You send it back. If you want the product, I'll give you a discount, and you can purchase it straight up. And then everybody feels good inside about I earned it, this and that, you know. Some people have affiliate links for me, and they already get discounts on that. The other option is, okay, a lot of people get big products and their gym is really small and not a big garage. Why don't you try to donate it to a school or to a church, an organization that can actually use it? I'm telling you, Tonka starts from the bottom so kids get used to brands. Everybody talks about, get youth involved, this and that. And half these people used to be teachers, but yet they're not donating to the kids they're trying to help or whatever it is. If you want to get new growth into this space, donate the products to the youth, an organization, YMCA, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Think with your heart, and then that company like me would be like, hey, I donated to this. Is that okay? Like, dude, I'd much rather you donate it than you sell it on eBay or Marketplace and try to make a buck on it, because you're telling me that all you cared about was the money, not the company. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and shout out to poor No Fate getting shrapnel. But
I love No Fate. It's just it's
poor
just an example.
Poor Jonathan. So Kurt says, LOL to Rob, in my experience with a certain company. So I'm just saying there's often backlash to reviewers being honest. That's correct. And Carp said content creators can really drive sales for a company even if they don't have an affiliate program and a way to track it. Gluck's gym turned Black Widow into a dumbbell cart factory overnight. That's true. Let's see here. And Jonathan said, remember, if the product retails for $50, the company's only out of pocket $20 to $30. And Kurt says that he agrees with me. He said, but I value my time. I take the product and divide the MSRP by 2 to really get to how much I'm going to value that contribution. So, yeah, it's like,
like
yeah, it's like you give me like a $50 widget. That's nice, but well, that's also the fact that, and I bring this up all the time. I'm like, when it's end of the month and I'm supposed to pay my mortgage, am I supposed to send them this? Send them the tricep bar?
It goes both ways, Yeah, it goes both ways. So yeah.
So
it does go both ways. And like you were mentioning before, like I'm sitting here welding and tapping holes and all this and putting in time, and then I spent hours and hours and hours. I have tons of machinery just to make this product, and I need a return on my investment. It's not the return on investment. If you hire an employee, they need to make 2 to 3 times their hourly rate to be able to pay for the shop, because some shops are just, depending on what it is, just every hour costs them $60 just to exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it doesn't. This is a real company where real business is, and these are side hustles, and you have a real job and stable income. This is potentially our stable income. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
So
yeah,
it has to equate to sales, because theoretically, like, don't judge me. We're just talking about it, right?
No. It makes sense. But so let me hold on. I'm saying this stuff. I brought you on here because it's rare to be able to get a brand to come on and just straight up say, okay, look, here is the situation from my point of view. Like I'm welding for hours down here by myself, and when I make this product, I've got to, how I pay my bills is by selling this product. So if I send it to you and you use it and I get no sales, and then you turn around and you sell it to somebody, the only person who made any money out of the deal is the content creator.
Yeah.
So I completely understand that. I'm just saying I want people to see it from the brand perspective a little bit too.
It's
because I try to be fair.
It's an ROI, right? So I'll give you an example. A marketing company that's in the gym space approached me, and they're like, "Hey, we can excel your growth, blah blah blah." And that was a couple of years ago. They're like, "Okay, so what is it?" They want $2,000 a month to maintain Facebook ads and ad spend, right? To maintain, not to create. I had to do that. And then they wanted 10% of sales. And so when you do that, there's a contract, and they have contracts because they know their return on investment doesn't equate,
Right.
And they're like, hey, I need a video to post. It's like, you're getting $2,000 a month plus 10% of my sales. Like, where's the incentive? No, I need a video. So then I have to create the video, which is fine because I'm learning. So, but I fired them as soon as the contract's up because they added zero value. So I see a content creator as an extension of the company in the marketing field. I like Fringe. Fringe has internal marketing, and they do their own videos and stuff like that. They don't need influencers, theoretically. I think they do it as like the icing on the cake, and I don't know if they have deals or anything like that, but it's,
So Kirk says, nice work on triggering all the content creators here. LOL, awesome conversation. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. Rob says, so companies can have a vision statement but earn money, but content creators can only have a vision and not earn any money.
It has to reciprocate, because there's an extension of the brand, right? And at the same time, if you're hiring an employee, you're going to hire the employee that it equates to the brand's values. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're a meat company, you're not going to hire a vegan. So that content creator should be an extension of the company's values, or the company should just not do anything with them, theoretically. But out of desperation, because of the FOMO effect that is created, they feel like obligated. I don't feel obligated, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, I have never seen a return on my investment from any of the content creators at all. None at all. Maybe because I'm just not popular. But I think the people on organically on Facebook, on Reddit, or whoever has way more driving value in sales than the content creators. And like you said, they just create entertainment.
Right. I mean, at the same time, so there's something. So Jonathan, first of all, Jonathan says he loves you, that he's not mad, and he's not mad.
Is that hard?
Yeah. Let's see here. And Rob says basically you could pay a content creator to create advertising rather than a review. But I want to. Here's the thing. Well, actually, here we go. So this goes back to what I said about the idea person. Because Rob said, I've had companies send me equipment for feedback, as have I, rather than a review video. It's consultation. Okay. So if you send me something and it's for consultation, then shouldn't I be reimbursed for? Because I'm not making anything. I'm not building anything. I'm like looking at it and saying, okay, well, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm really just giving you ideas. So what's the difference between you paying somebody for consultation and somebody coming to you and saying, hey, I got an idea. You didn't reach out to me, but I got an idea to improve your product. Isn't that just consultation as well?
Yeah. If I send you something and say, hey, can you tell me it needs to be better, right? That's an agreement. That's a handshake agreement. I'm gonna send you this product. And you're like, okay. Unless you say, hey, look, I'd be more than willing to do it, but this is the first time I do it for free. Next time I'm gonna have to charge you, as long as you're okay, because you want to build a rapport if it's a new company or whatever. If not, they already know you. So I would approach it that way. If a customer comes up to me and says, hey, I want to know how I can make your product better, the first thing I do is I say, which sounds like an a-hole move, is what do you want out of it? Straight off the bat. And I sound super rude, but because I know there's too much gray area when you start talking about it, because that's the fun part, the first thing I do is what do you want out of it if it's a good idea? Okay. It's super rude, but that's just how I am now.
No, I mean, I don't think that's rude. I think it's like, hey, you're coming to a negotiation. I want to know what you want out of this deal. I think that works.
They don't know at all. They just, they think they're going to be like, get all these royalty fees.
Kurt said, I really don't like the idea of having to buy the product as a reviewer. There's already almost no money in the space. So to devalue the reviewer's time is a pretty big ask. And Jonathan said, buying a product you don't need to spend tens of hours making a review makes no sense for reviewers who might get 5,000 views on a great video. You'll never break even because 5,000 views on YouTube gives you about $15.
So do you have an affiliate link associated with that? That's the catch-22. You know what I'm saying? So that would equate to sales. So I'll give you an example. Okay. And this happens in professional world all the time. If you're an outside sales rep, you don't get paid at all unless you make the sale.
Correct.
At all. That's an incentive. So what incentive do
you have to go sell? But what percentage? Hold on. But what percentage does the outside sales rep make? What percentage commission?
It ain't
5%.
No, it depends on the volume of sales and what you're selling.
Okay.
Because a company can't give them 85%.
No, but let's say it's furniture.
Yeah, it depends. It's variable based on the margins of the
company. Actually, let's use cars because you have experience in the off-road industry.
Yeah.
So if somebody
not sales though. So
okay. I'm just saying it's like if you're doing outside sales, if you're doing affiliate links for home gym equipment, you're not making anywhere near the percentage of commission that somebody's making in another industry doing outside sales.
Yeah,
so you have to you got to get volume. Which Jonathan said Mario has made his money back and then some on my affiliate link. I have the receipts. Here we go. I see y'all gonna fight. Okay, let's move right on. Carlos Sanchez says the work of content creators works in harmony with the company's paid ads. They help solidify and improve conversions, and many times they help push the sale over, but it's extremely hard to track.
With paid
That's another brand owner.
with paid ads, you're right. But the content creators do not create paid ads. They create reviews. And that's what I would suggest. Content creators create paid or ads to be able to put on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because I would pay for that video straight up in denominations of cash so I can do Facebook ad marketing. I would pay for that video as long as and I can track the performance based on conversions of how good that video is and if they articulated a correct message to the consumer through those ads. I would pay you $1,000, way more than giving you free crap in this review video that meant nothing. Because Facebook ads convert because they target. Your YouTube video doesn't target a wider span across America. Adds way more value. But these content creators know nothing about marketing, so they don't know how to articulate of key points of a product, what it's good for, and show in demonstration, because they're too busy talking about the knurling, which nobody cares about, and the people who do already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares about the knurling? Because that's entertainment. It's not marketing. Okay. And that's where the confusion is they need to learn how to become marketers.
Right.
Gluck creates entertainment, just like I see on TV. I don't make a joke. I think he does a really good job, but he is identical to the car shows I used to watch in the early 90s. Like the tone and rhetoric and jokes is identical. And we're the same age, so he probably watched those before. So he mimics that possibly, but
all right. So you said this multiple times, and people are mentioning that affiliate links don't get clicked, which is one of the things that we don't like. I've got the QR code I put up on screen. People aren't even clicking. People aren't clicking that. They're not doing that. You know, it's like we try, but they're not. They don't normally click it, and if they do, and I think some of it has to do with demographics too. So like if most of your following is male, it's gonna be less likely they're gonna buy something.
9 times they gotta view it. It used to be 7, now it's not.
Yeah. Whereas women will see something like, oh, that looks cute, and they'll buy it off the video. Like they'll do it just like that, right? So there's that factor. But here's the thing. Something that you mentioned about how content creators don't know how to market. I said to you yesterday, why don't more brands teach? If you want me to have a long-term relationship with your company, why don't you help teach me to how to market your product?
I totally agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
Because brands won't do that.
Yeah, especially
you ask them like, go ahead.
Yeah, especially me being the creator of the product. Who knows more about that than the person who designed it, right?
Yeah.
Or the training internally.
Right.
And we used to train our human resources people, I forget, that they have to have all the product knowledge because you have to answer all these questions. And I ran a shop that was almost all female at one time. So they don't care about off-road. So there was a lot of education involved. Yeah. And I like what we were saying yesterday, I have attempted to do that. It didn't reciprocate with the people I did on the other end because they just wanted to get through their video. It's a sense of urgency, not a sense of a perfect execution. I think it's just a train to learn thing. I can perform better. I can add more value to this product, to my content, to the company if X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like we don't get part of the reason why we don't, or at least I can't speak for anybody else. Part of the reason why I don't necessarily like just jump on all these affiliate programs is because most affiliate programs don't give sales training. They don't give marketing training. Mm-hmm. You know, like they'll say, oh, well, this is what the extent of it is. This is what's coming out this month. This is what's coming out next month. And honestly, sometimes you don't even get that. You find out that a new product is dropping the same time everybody else does, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, well, all right then. But so you don't even have time to craft to say, hey, I'm going to put together my strategy for the next month geared around helping to move units of this product that I know is going to be going on sale next month, right? So that's the first thing. Like, you don't get a lot. Now, there are exceptions, Spells of Steel, Synergy Custom Fitness. They'll give you advance warning. But a lot of times you just find out at the same time as everybody else. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't, whenever you ask and say, hey, what are some strategies that you found that have been working for other creators? The answer you usually get is, oh, I don't know. You know your audience better than I do. Yeah, okay, I might know my audience better than you do, but sales is sales.
That's you're probably talking with the human resources person who knows nothing about marketing, and that in a bigger company, you know, I'm not a very. It'd be safe to say I'm not a very good human resources person. If I had the cash flow, I would hire one. So so the owner is probably like me, and then will get shunned when he's out in public.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, man. It's like we would love to. So like for this show, for example, we would love to say, okay, well, we're going to partner with these companies, and we'll grow with these companies as they grow, because they show us how to. I mean, nothing. The only thing more boring than an ad read is doing a row machine workout.
Yeah.
All right. Ad reads are boring, and there's no way that you can kind of like, you try like making it sound creative or what. No, people immediately know you're reading an ad, and they're not trying to hear it. They'll skip ahead if they can. If they can't, they're like, "What?" Heck, people watch this show and will skip the ads because they said there are too many ads. I'm like, well, the point of the ads is to pay for the show so that we can give it to you for free.
Yeah,
right. I'm like, how am I supposed to? And so Jared has the thing, said, but if they become marketers, how does one maintain an unbiased view of the product? I'll tell you, Jared, I'm going to give you a quote from you. Jared, it's a quote from you. You told me several months ago that nobody who you watch on YouTube influences whether you buy a product or not. You only watch this stuff because it's your hobby. I think that there has to be room for, and y'all have heard me say this before, there's got to be room for the Consumer Reports guy who is, this is what's good or bad about a product, and the person who is basically just a marketer for a brand, right? And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, as long as you make it clear that you're not doing a review. Which goes back to what I was saying before. It's like, if I tell you, hey, this is a product, I'm showing you, I'm not doing a review of it. This is just me showing you the product, right? But if people see me do a video like that, then they'll say, oh, well, you're just shilling for cash. You sold out, right? So content creators have to walk a tightrope too, because you can lose all credibility with your audience if you're just promoting this product. At the same time, if I believe in a product, I truly believe in a product, I'm happy to tell you about it.
I had to fix that, and we were talking about that yesterday, is by actions. Work out. Show you're working out. Show, like, hey, look at me. I am doing what I'm saying I'm doing. I'm using this product because I train every day, and I train to the max for performance. And I'm telling you, hey, look, my goal is here, and I'm here, and this is going to help me get here, or it's not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's where the validness of it comes out. Like, Nofe actually works out. I'm super proud of him. He started looking good, even though he downplays it. He's growing, because I watched him for a long time. I haven't seen other people growing at all.
The shirts are just shrinking.
Yeah.
And you just the shirts are just getting tighter. That's all. Yeah. Went from a medium to a youth small.
I haven't seen the other content creators growing, you know. I've been in this space for 2.5 years, but they still look the same. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the validity should be there, because lead by example, you know. And
that makes sense. So that does make sense though. Like, okay, so if you're using the product in the video, You're not even saying anything about it. You're just like, I'm doing a video of myself using this product. A lot of times you will drive sales because people will say, hey, what is that? What bar is that? What, whatever, right? So there's that. That being said, I'm not a shirt hater. All y'all tight t-shirt wearers, I'm just saying, dude, live your life, man. Live your life. And I wasn't like shooting at Jared, by the way. I'm just pointing out that, hey, it's the whole be unbiased thing.
It's not possible.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't be unbiased, but what I'm saying is, if you're doing a review, you should be unbiased. If you're just telling somebody about the product, like what I do here, when I say, okay, I'm going to share my screen and show you a product at their website, I'm not doing a review of it. Half the time, 90% of the time, I've never even seen these products in person. So I couldn't tell you if it's good or not. Right? So I'm just telling you it exists. Yeah. And then if you want to go get it, right? So that's where I say it, and I'm acknowledging that it is a tightrope that we have to walk. Okay, so Kurt says that doesn't get views. He said, I've been doing this almost 10 years. I definitely train hard and I show it.
You do train hard, and your validity is in your training, because when you do those reviews, people are like, that guy's a badass. It's constant conversation, and most of the time it's not even about the product, it's about you using it, because they know how hard you train. You know what I'm saying? I just see no fate because his body's changing and shirts getting shrinking, so it's visual.
He said medium long is a magic trick. And here's the thing: so people don't watch Sam Sulek for his opinion on gym equipment. These are two different genres that tend to not mix. And I think
It tell who got involved. What's that big gym manufacturer that sponsored his whole gym? Who do you think people are buying now? You know what I'm saying? So he added validity first, and then a company piggybacked them, right? Because it was worth it.
I think, like I was saying, that I was at the RitFit event, right? And I saw a ton of home gym creators there, and they're not product reviewers. They're people who build huge followings and subscribers by doing home fitness content. So they've built a lot of influence. And then if they were obviously at the RitFit thing because they're promoting the RitFit products. But it's like, and I'm saying, like, when I say, so let's go with Jarrell Carter, right? Let's see, Jarrell. I don't remember what Jarrell's thing is, but when I told you that part of the problem, I think, is so Jarrell Carter, all his stuff or most of his stuff is from a home gym. I'll share the screen.
And just for Kurt, like, he uses that flywheel all the time. I don't know any flywheel exercises or even how to execute on any of them, nor did I look it up. But if he started giving, training, how to train certain body parts on the flywheel and what's like educational based, I would watch it just to watch it. Entertainment for me, with someone who wanted to buy a flywheel, it would be education, not entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm looking at Jarrell Carter, 1.1 million followers. You can see the links in his Instagram description: Gymshark, Fit Aid, RitFit Sports. This is RitFit Gym.
What's the view on that video? What's the view count right there?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, he's got 15,000 likes and 524 comments.
Oh yeah, that's traffic. A lot of people with a lot of followers did paid followers in the past, but I always look at the current.
So this one has 5,176 because he's doing something insane. 146. But the point I'm making is, like, he's using RitFit equipment, doing these videos, right? This is all stuff. This is all stuff in the home gym,
and they convert.
Yeah. So I think that part of it is like, I think some of it is because, like, for us, we're like, man, making the kind of content you're talking about, like I told you the other day, if I make videos about myself training and trying to get back in shape, I don't get the same views that I get from somebody just from me just doing a video about some piece of equipment. So you get more of the behavior reward. Yeah, you get more of the behavior reward.
Until you change it.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like there, if you want to go the other way, it's like you kind of have to go through a period of making zero progress maybe for a while. Like Kurt says, the content you're talking about that you said Kurt should make, he already has it on his channel. He says it's got like 10 views. It's like 10 views. Right, yeah, but in the meantime, we're like, well, how are we supposed to make money?
I could fix
because I want solutions. That's what I'm saying. I want solutions.
I'll tell you. I'll give you a solution. So you put you and Kurt. So I'll start with Kurt. Okay. So he's into that flywheel training. He gets full support off the flywheel company. If I was the flywheel company, I would be like, Kurt, I want to pay you to make training videos on these specific body parts so I can put on my YouTube. I can put on my product page on training things, and then you can repost it because we need to work together to spread the word. And then soon over time, that he will be the flywheel guy. He will be the guy that point blank. And then for you, I saw that you posted about you gaining weight and wanting to lose weight. Super interested, especially men over 40. And there's demographics of men over 40 trainers trying to get them to lose weight. I would love to see your progress and what you're doing. And I would love to see that. And I know you. I went through that journey also, but the struggle is so hard to lose weight. Oh my God. Especially if you have kids. And I have a hat. My daughter likes to bake, and I don't want to hurt her feelings and not try out her food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So life gets involved.
Oh yeah. Kids sabotage you. Yeah.
I was talking with a customer, and we were talking about squatting. And I've had back surgery. I have 2 disc replacements here, steel on my neck, and then 3 on my lower back. I never talk about it. And he's like, I don't know why. It's such a common problem with men over 40, and nobody talks about it. That would be something to talk about because everybody has the same problem.
Sure.
And I don't have time to do that stuff, but it's a venue.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a question of what I'm saying is like it's a question of rebranding, and it's like a lot of people aren't willing to. Well, it's like you be changing your entire channel direction. If you say, okay, I'm going to start doing more stuff like this and less of the product reviews and things like that.
I think you'd have to keep up with the past stuff, and you'd have to supplement new, which would create more work theoretically. But
because I mean, I'll tell you this too. So like, we wanted to make this show the centerpiece of the channel, right? Mm-hmm. There are more people who watch my product reviews than who watch any episode of this show. Even though to me, this is one of the most important pieces of content on the channel because you're not going to get like what you just said, like the brand perspective. You're not going to get that in a product review video. You're not going to get all the other stuff. You're not going to get it, right?
The only people who care right now is the influencers and maybe the companies who are listening, you know what I'm saying, to see what I say. Yeah. But nobody else cares.
Right, but okay.
The audience.
But that's the thing. It's like the point of this segment is to reach out to brands, so they hear us saying, "Hey, like we're content creators. We want to help you grow." Quite frankly, if you sell more of your product because of something I do, and there's a way to track it, I'm going to make more money.
Yeah.
So we're saying, hey, do you have a solution? Yeah,
I can tell you that right now.
All right.
I can tell you that right now. So Jerry Maguire, right? Let me help you. Okay. So that if I'm a content creator, I'd be like, go to a company. Hey, this is what I got. Let me help you. What can I do? You tell me. Where can I add the most value? Right. I need Facebook ads, especially for me, right? I need convertible Facebook ads at send a clear message. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they have a page or not. They're articulating how the product works and what it's for and where to get it. As simple as that through film.
Right.
You know, with the voiceover helps substantially, and that with text at the bottom so people could read. Anyway, I would pay for that because I'm so busy now since I'm making stuff. It's like, if you haven't seen, I haven't filmed for forever.
Right.
And so it's just like, you know, and I get home, I'm tired, and I haven't worked out for weeks because I'm so tired from working. It's exhausting. So but I still need to drive. And so I would pay for that. You're getting literally paid to do what you like, except it's not on your YouTube. And I'd say, hey, look, if you want to post on your YouTube, feel free. That's on your free will. But this is what I want out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So let me send you that free product, but I need you to create me a very clear and decisive Facebook ad. And they might not know how, but the conversion will show you if they did a good job or not, because the only thing that matters is sales. And Facebook will target people, but if those people don't reciprocate on that, they will not purchase it, you know? And normally it's a time block of 4 to 6 months, because it needs that video needs to get the algorithm right and see if it converts. I've tried that with other influencer stuff, and my personal videos I make convert way more than theirs.
So basically, you want to pay people to make videos. They send the video to. So it's what they call user-generated content.
Essentially, but not about them, about the product. It's always about the product.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you want user-generated content about your product. You want to send the product out, have people make the videos. They send the product back to you using the return label, and then they just move on. It may not be on their YouTube channel, but it's something that they're going to get paid for.
Yeah.
You know, regardless. Okay.
So that marketing company, they wanted me to pay $3,000 so they can hire a person who doesn't know anything about working out but looks good to try to articulate what I'm asking. Right. But you know they're not gonna, because I see these people. I'm like, dude, you don't even know how to do a leg lift. It looks like a half-assed attempt, you know?
So Ron said, YouTube has turned into a primary information source for just about anything these days. It's one of the first places people go to get reviews or information about literally any product. You could change a channel to something else, but relevance goes down in the home gym community. There's a reason why Garage Gym Reviews is what it is now. Okay, so I think it goes back to what I was saying. It's like, I remember I said a while back, I was like, in my opinion, Coop is not the biggest home gym content creator.
Not anymore.
And he's not been. And the reason why I say that is because, and I pulled up people who make content in their homes, home fitness content, because to me, that's home gym content, right? And they've got like I said, Bully Juice as I know I bring him up all the time. The dude's got 8 million subscribers on just one channel, and his second channel has over 1 million, right? And he makes a ton of content in his home gym. So if you get Bully Juice to do videos about your product, you know it's going to convert because he's got, even if we say a percentage, let's say it's a percentage, and maybe 5% of the people who watch it will will actually buy something.
That gentleman that made the comment is only thinking about the home gym community. The market's way bigger than that. Facebook's are way bigger than that. And to sustain a company's sales, RitFit couldn't sustain their sales if they were only concerned about the inner circle of who shows up to home gym con. Like they'd be out of business in a year, you know? So they're only thinking in a small bubble. Like I always says, the home gym people are in a bubble. A company, they need way more sales and to hit a wider demographic than the home gym space. But this is also why the views are diminishing and everything's getting whitewashed because everybody's jumping in a home gym space and they haven't popped the bubble. They don't know how because they're too busy trying to mimic.
Everybody wants to be cool.
Yeah, everybody wants to be cool. But cool. Coop maxed out. Coop's copying Gluck. Like Gluck came from way behind in the races, but now Coop's trying to catch up to Gluck, and Coop attempted to get bigger players involved, like the big companies. He went to Germany and all that stuff, but it hasn't came out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they hired a female to create a different page to do treadmill type stuff because they're a company. It's not Coop anymore. They're a company. So they're trying to branch off into different broader segments, you know.
Right.
But stop thinking inside the bubble, get out of the bubble, and you'll find more success, you know.
All right.
That makes sense.
I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, like, the one thing I'll say to anybody who's a content creator is, if this is what you want to do, you need to grow.
Yeah.
You need to grow, and you need to get people to be accustomed to doing what you say. Because if you can get them to do what you say, then when a brand approaches you, or you approach a brand, you can say, "Oh, look, I get people. If I tell people to click on this, they go click on it." You know, and that's what brands care about. So I think it's at the same time, man, we fight a battle, because a lot of times people will on purpose click a link and not use your affiliate link on purpose. And I'm like, I don't even understand that. It doesn't even change the cost to you. So why does it matter to you to not, like, why do you not want to use the affiliate link?
It's
like,
too much effort. It's too much effort.
I don't think it's not as like an effort. I think they literally don't want to. They don't want you to profit off of doing the video.
Oh, maybe.
It's just like they will go out of their way to not click it. So,
so why? Oh, yeah.
And
so
Carp said I've had companies tell me they don't want reviews. They just want videos of showing how to use the equipment, which goes back to what you're saying. And I don't think that there's any. I literally don't think that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, something that I mentioned, and then that Tim from Gym Crafter said he was going to start doing, is assembly videos. Like, if you create a video showing how to put a product together, and then, like you said, videos how to use the product, that's got tremendous value, because then the company doesn't do that.
Yeah, I would pay you for that so I could post it on my website.
That sort of, but I don't think that companies, when I look on companies' websites, what I don't see is, hey, would you like to submit UGC, user-generated content?
Mm-hmm.
Here's how to contact us. Here's how to contact us if you have an idea. What I see is, become an affiliate, join our affiliate program. And we look at it and we're like, I'm not wasting my time on that, because I know it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, Mario, I think we got everybody triggered enough.
Yes. Friday.
So yeah, so hey, we got them all triggered. We got them all awake now. Jared said he wanted more fire, and so there you go. We I think we brought it. Let everybody know how they can find your website, and also if you have a newsletter or anything like that, so that they can find out when that Black Widow product is going to be coming out.
Oh yeah, I'll send out an email. But 4-6 Fitness, I'm sure everybody here heard me already. But honestly, if you want to do YouTube videos or create content so I can post on Facebook or ads, let me know. There will be criteria, you know. It is very expensive to do Facebook marketing when they don't convert, because it's $1 ad spend, and then there is a conversion rate on that. But any companies add value to the company, and they will just straight up pay you. It's so much easier to go get paid for doing an A to B thing than to try to get paid by YouTube and hope that, people watch it. And, work out, look like you work out, because it adds validity to yourself and what you do. Anybody can do this and say this, but they don't believe you. You're like, well, when's the last time you did something? Why should I even believe that you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Like, holy crap with you, So this is life. And so I know, don't judge me. Like I said before, this is how people receive things and view things, that nobody likes to talk about it because we're living in a weak society, but I'm not like that. So
I thought I was gonna get you out of here before you started going to the left. You went off the rails too much. Here we go. I gotta get you out of here. All right, man. Thank you for coming on here. We got a couple more comments, and actually, there's something I want to say. So, like you said, like if somebody sends you a video that you can use for Facebook ads, obviously the first time they do it, they might not be good at it. Are you going to be like, hey, look, let me give you like, hey, here's a template for what I want. I just don't have time to do this. Here's exactly what I want. Are you willing to send that out?
It would, so if they wanted to perfect Facebook ads, they would have, because it's hard to replicate what's in my head or even on paper because everybody has their own style. They would have to create a video in which they think would perform, and I could tell them how to do it, but the execution is going to be different. And then we can work progressively on a perfect video. What I mean. And that's it. It's going to take repetition. And I'm more than happy to do it. But people don't want to redo the videos at all. But what it is education for you. So when you go to other companies, you can execute correctly and promptly the first time and every time, and that adds more value. Because I know when a company goes here, do this, you know what or not, you know what's going to perform. Here's the value added, and I don't have to deal with it. I could just drag and drop and do sales. You know what I'm saying? So there is an internal learning curve. They're going to have to, bite the bullet on. They're newbies at it. Not everybody knows how to a video is going to convert, but I do because I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you being here. Like I said, I woke you up yesterday to get you to come on the show, and I appreciate you spending some time coming on here.
No problem. Thank you.
Definitely gonna have you back on here next time. I want people to crash out. Now, I think you give a lot of good information, man. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Have a good afternoon.
All right, you too. Later, man. All right, bye. Okay, so that was a lively conversation, and I knew it was going to trigger people because it triggered people when I was looking at his Instagram rant. This one of those things that this is a conversation that's going to continue for a while because we're going to continue to have the tension between people who make reviews on YouTube or anywhere, but let's say reviews on YouTube, and people who want to make the foundation of their business user-generated content or something like that. I just wanted to kind of also show that there are different ways to be a content creator. You don't have to just do reviews. You could be a content creator doing like the user-generated content, like Mario was talking about. You just may not get the clout of having your own channel, but do you want clout or you want money? So just depends on what your business your business model is. All right, so shout out to the Mountain Time Zone. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. If you're watching on LinkedIn, please consider following our show page so that you don't miss any of our content. My next guest is Justin Kleckner, who took over as president of PRx Performance in March 2024. And under his leadership, the company has been picking up steady momentum ever since. My wife and I ran into Justin in the hallway outside our hotel room at HFA 2025, and we immediately exchanged contact information because I knew I wanted to get Justin on the show. So let's go ahead and bring in our second and final guest of the day, my guy Justin.
Morning.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Got the branding over the shoulder, positioned perfectly. He's done this before.
My office is pretty lackluster, so I was trying to find a spot.
Nice.
I was going to do it in my gym, but I have a commute into town or into Fargo, so I thought this would be a good spot so I could position it however I need.
Oh, no, that works. It's like you got PRx on your shoulders. I put PRx on my shoulder. There you go. Well, man, we got a lot to talk about. I think this is going to be one that people are going to enjoy hearing about. Let's begin with PRx Performance. The company has come, I know you weren't with them at the time, but you guys have come a long way since Shark Tank. And that is actually how I found out about your company. I saw an episode of Shark Tank with PRx Performance on it, and I said, whoa. And then I interviewed Brian from, at the time we were publishing a digital magazine, and I interviewed him about just being an entrepreneur, giving ideas to to market. And I remember him talking about how they were sitting around a campfire, sitting around a bonfire and having some beers. And that's where the idea of the folding racks was born. Today, you guys have a ton of stuff in your catalog, but would you say that the folding power racks are still your signature product?
For sure. The profile series of squat racks is 100% our anchor product. It's an absolute beauty, and it's really built the foundation for everything that we've done since. So yeah, we love that thing. The Shark Tank story, you know, the bonfire story that you're talking about, that's how it all started. The guys, Brian and Hopper were doing, they were at a bonfire. Their wives actually went to college together up in Bemidji. And they were at a bonfire together and came up with this idea. The next day they were at a wedding and they had the domain name already booked, and they just started grinding. So I mean, and it wasn't easy right out of the gate, right? Like they were doing the trade show route. They were doing all sorts of engineering. They were using Brian's dad's shop to try to get, you know, prototypes together. And you know, they grinded for a lot of years until the Shark Tank deal. And the Shark Tank deal was really kind of by fluke. They just happened to be in the area. They had applied for it, or they knew they were going to be in the area, and they applied for it and got selected. And, you know, if you know Brian and Hopper at all, it's kind of right up Brian's alley and a little bit out of Hopper's comfort zone, but they absolutely nailed it. And part of our story, and it always will be.
You said they were doing the trade show route. They had to have gotten pushback because Home Gym Con didn't exist. So any trade show they went to would have been something that was geared around commercial gyms. So
commercial gym and CrossFit.
Yeah, and they were like, why do we need this folding rack? I mean, what do we need this for? So they had to have pushback when they started explaining the idea.
Yeah, like they, you know, they weren't, you know, they both had full-time jobs. Like PRx wasn't their full-time job for a long time. And, you know, they weren't doing much before Shark Tank. It was really a side hustle. And Shark Tank.
They had sales.
They had sales, yeah. Like, but they were barely paying the bills. If you ask Brian, they lived on their credit cards a fair bit.
Oh, wow. All right. So we frequently, you probably, I mean, I'm sure you didn't know this, but my wife and I frequently check out the PRx site when we need something, like when it comes to like especially storage, maybe accessories. So we've got your ab mat holder. I was trying to go through it in my head, like and then finally I end up just going downstairs and just looking at it all. Like, what do we have? So we got your ab mat holder. We have your ab mat, like your ab mat, collaboration ab mat.
Yep.
Then we've got your mobility band storage. And I've had my eye on your wall-mounted spotter arm storage and your wall-mounted dip station storage. I don't know if you guys keep this sort of data, but do you know what percentage of your sales comes from accessory purchases like that? Like people who aren't coming after the profile rack. They've already got a gym, but they're like, oh, I need to get this thing to just get stuff off the floor, or like these little add-on pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, storage has become quite a big part of who we are. I mean, we purposely develop for that now. Like when we're coming out with a product, we specifically make sure that we can try to develop it with a storage component. Like a lot of our last few releases, profile halo arms, leg curl and extension, the Axis pad. I've seen that came up in the comments. Like we now ship those with storage.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
When you're a wall-mounted company, and we're trying to be more than a wall-mounted company, but that's kind of where you got that's
like your thing.
Like
everything's on the wall. I was like, the kettlebell storage is on. I was like, kettlebell's on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to sell something that they're going to throw on the floor, right? So we try to purposely design for that. But I mean, not just storage; it's attachment ecosystem in general. Like if you look at all the different attachments and accessories, like our racks probably equal about 20-25% of our sales now. So I don't know how to break out storage versus attachments and all that to analyze it, but like that racks equal this, and then all the bits equal a larger percentage than everything else. I mean, that also includes like bars and plates and all that stuff too, right? But storage is key.
And of course, speaking of storage, I was excited to hear about your collaboration with our friends at Synergy Custom Fitness. Carlos was actually in the chat. I don't know if he had to check out to go, because he actually is at work, I get people to play hooky from work to watch my show, but we heard about the collaboration with them. What made, because you guys don't collaborate with just anybody, what made Synergy Custom Fitness the perfect fit for a collaboration with PRx Performance?
Well, I mean, that I think is and will continue to be an interesting dynamic. Hey, Carlos, see you coming in. We were talking about Synergy last year, and they're a relatively new company. Like their marketing was really dialed in. Their product is really high end, really high quality, made in America. We were talking about them, right when I kind of first came on, like, hey, these guys are a nice up and coming company. We seen them at Home Gym Con. We talked to them, realized they were really good people. This was in 2024. And, we didn't really do much with it, but they actually reached out to us. I believe Carlos has PRX equipment in his home gym, and they're doing something.
I was wondering where the connection was. I was like, how did this happen? Okay.
Well, and they're trying to get stuff off their floor, or Carlos was, and we have some dumbbell storage that's kind of just flat wall-mounted dumbbell storage, and theirs just brings a different option. So they didn't have a dumbbell line in their offering; they were just doing the racks. So it was kind of an easy drop ship marriage, so to speak, and it's been really well. We've kind of connected just our websites at this point, but we are looking at doing some collaborations with them a little bit deeper. We got to figure out some marketing between the two, like joint marketing, getting their stuff in our, content and vice versa. They're actually coming up to Fargo next week. They'll be here next Friday to talk through a couple projects that we're looking at working on. And I think it's been fun so far, and it's been successful. And I think it's only going to grow. So,
well, you just wormed your way into my heart, because there's nothing I like better than breaking news. Breaking news: Synergy Custom Fitness is going to Fargo. There we go. All right.
We told them they had to come here in before December, so they didn't seem to. They're in Florida. They didn't seem too excited about being here in January.
I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. Carlos said his home gym looks like a PRX showroom. I get it. Well, so you kind of already answered this, but my next question was going to be, since their wheelhouse is the storage side of things, are you guys looking at maybe beefing up your storage stuff with the Synergy Custom Fitness style of products?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're coming up next Friday. Just kind of see what we can do together, see how we can collaborate on product. And I think we have a few ideas floating around the two companies already. And I think whatever we come up with is going to be relatively quick. So we're excited to see where that goes. We don't have a whole bunch of context behind it yet, but I think it'll look like a blend of their stuff and our stuff together.
Can I come to the meeting if I promise not to talk?
Hop on down, man.
Okay, all right. Y'all heard him say it. I could come on. I just can't talk. I just sit there in the corner. I just want to hear what happens. All right. Let's see here. Now, I remember, as I mentioned, I interviewed Brian for our digital magazine in 2017, and he said two things that honestly stuck with me. I'm amazed at how much I say these things in a week, right? At least once a week I say this, which is crazy. He said a patent is simply the right to sue, and you can't patent an idea. Now, we're not going to dig up old wounds, but as you could tell from my previous guest, there are a lot of content creators who have ideas, who might want to do collaborations. If they want to do collaborations with PRX, how would they do it? I know you guys are trying to set up something with Kyle Devine from Kaizen DIY, where he would kind of filter through some of the product ideas. But so two things: how is that going? And if that's not going, how would somebody reach out to you if they have a product idea they want you to see if they could develop with you?
Sure. Well, let's break that down. There's a lot going on in that question. So first thing, like Brian, with the patent being a license, or not a license, a right to sue, I think patents are important to an organization, especially the larger you get. Right. However, lawsuits suck, right? I mean, no one wants to get into that. Like, I'm a firm believer and always have been, the only people that win in a lawsuit is the attorneys. And we're always better to just pick up the phone first. So, that's just one thing I'll add. On the collaboration front, So yeah, so we got together with Kyle and Britton after Jammergate last year. They came up here, and Kyle had kind of put together a website after the fact. I don't know if it was a website; it was more of a submission form, I guess, on his page, where creators could, propose ideas or kind of get into the queue that way. And right out of the gate, Kyle sent quite a few good ones to us. What I think we realized shortly after is that we're probably not the right company to take an idea that's very that's not matured, right? Or maybe not matured is the right word, but something that maybe hasn't gone through prototyping phase. Right. So, I mean, we're a small team. I mean, we might look like a big company on the outside, but we really have one engineer designing product, and we have a product specialist, right? So, to take something from a napkin sketch to like a viable launch product is a pretty big undertaking for us in our current state with our staffing and stuff. And we have great people, obviously, but so anyway, so I remember shortly after that, Kyle's like, "Hey, I got quite a few submissions coming in," and the way I kind of approached it with him was like, "Hey, don't like if there's something, Kyle, like this isn't all for us. This is for everybody. Everybody should benefit for this. If there's stuff that you think is like undoubtedly PRx and it fits the bill and it kind of fits our demographic, our product line, for sure, bring it to us. But if you think that it could be better served anywhere else, like with Peter or whoever for that matter, send it along. Different companies can take things to completion in different, and there's some products we just simply won't do justice to, right? So that channel is obviously still a complete option. We have a submission form on our site too. If you go through our contact us page and then scroll to the bottom, there's an idea submission form. So that's an avenue. We've had a few come through there. Honestly, I would say look up one of our guys like me or TK or Austin on Instagram and reach out. It's probably the simplest form. We'll just exchange numbers and start talking. Like that's realistically the easiest way, in my opinion. Like I'm a big believer, pick up the phone.
Yeah, so I'm looking at your at the contact us form right now. I like how you said, okay, I see it, product idea submissions, because I want people to see. I'm going to share the screen so they can see that. I guess I probably should have. All right, so excuse me. So there you go. So like product idea submissions. What does this thing look like? I want to find out. Share this tab. All right. And so you've got your policy on it. This is exactly what I was talking about. I think is like the thing that's missing. Because the reason I brought up the whole patent thing is because people may be afraid to reach out with an idea because they're like, well, what if the company takes my idea after I've reached out to them? That's why I kind of like linked it up there. And basically what you just said, you're like, hey, reach out to us if you have something that's a little bit more developed, because you're better equipped to do that anyway. So wouldn't that be protection for them?
Well, 100%. I mean, and we're not necessarily looking for patents either. Like my goal isn't to patent everything. Our goal as a company, morning, Rory. Our goal is like, if we come up with something that's truly genuine and truly unique, whether it's us or collaborated, then let's look at it if it's patentable. But I don't want to just patent everything under the sun. Like my goal is to win through customer service, pricing, and quality.
Nice. Okay. All right. So let's see here. So there's still a lot of comments that's referring to my previous guest. We have people coming. Without mentioning names, because I'm just curious, what's the most unusual product idea you guys have gotten? And did you have to turn it down, or were you able to,
Well, yeah, I don't know if I can think of like the most unusual one. I think more than that, there's maybe it's not an unusual product idea. It's maybe an unusual ask where it's like, hey, I have a product idea and it's like a napkin sketch and it maybe is like out of our wheelhouse, even like something completely not what we would do. And they want to start talking about finances right out of the gate. And it's like, whoa, like we don't even, so it kind of gets difficult to navigate. Some people come and just, they're just great, right? I mean, everybody's great, but they come and there's no expectations. And it's like, hey, let's see if this could be viable, right? Let's talk through it. And others might feel like they have some gold coins in their purse right from this napkin sketch. And it feels like it almost like starts off wrong, right? And it's like, I mean, and it's hard to trust each other. You can put NDAs in place. Like, I mean, I know what I'm willing to do and what our goal is. Like, I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody, but they might be like, oh, PRx is just looking to rip this off, or whatever. So they're a little bit hesitant to kind of show the whole idea. So, I mean, hard to talk finances until you see what this thing truly is and what it's going to take to get to the finish line.
So is pitching a product idea to you guys basically the same thing as Shark Tank? Because I think people get like the wrong idea from Shark Tank. Is like what they see is, oh, this is the product and they took it to Shark Tank and whatever. And what I remember from Shark Tank every time I watch it is one of the first questions they ask is, how many sales do you have? Like, do you own the entire product? Like, they ask questions that I assume you guys would have.
I don't think that those wouldn't be qualifying questions to me. Like, I want to understand what this product is first and if it can fit into what we are, whether it's an idea on a napkin sketch or something that's a little bit more developed. Like, if somebody came to something that was like undoubtedly PRx and it's on a napkin sketch, and me and a few of our team looked at it and we're like, we need to take this to the finish line, we'll bring them in and go with it, right? Like, we'd put the resources to it.
Okay. That's actually the answer that I was looking for. Like to just see, like, basically, you know what you can and what you can't do, but if it's something that you can do and it makes sense, you're willing to run with it. Okay, I like that.
Right.
So let's talk about products. Tell me about this Build Limitless line. What's different about it versus other racks and whatnot?
Build Limitless has been underloved for us and undermarketed too. Like, you know, we never really put any energy into marketing Build Limitless when it was like a basic rack, right? Like, Build Limitless came out a few years ago, and the intention behind, I mean, we're trying to move away from just being the folding squat rack company, right? Like, we do offer more than just the wall mounted rack, which is a beauty product. But, you know, Build Limitless came out with an idea that, you know, you could build a squat rack and then buy expansion packs, right? So you could buy wall mounted or freestanding and buy expansion packs. But we never really told the story. We never really told the story. That's a new one that just came out yesterday, the Trident. We'll talk about that a little later, but
yeah, definitely.
So anyways, Build Limitless is like a really high quality, really nice, made in America product that we have been kind of just sitting on, kind of waiting for us to get our functional trainer drop into it. And so we just recently started putting some paid ads towards it, and we haven't got it out to any reviewers or anything yet, but we are looking at doing some stuff like that too. And this Trident, we launched this yesterday. So Indy, he's our product specialist, and he's an absolute beauty, and he's a gym junkie. You probably met him at Home Gym Con. He's the biggest one there. But he just, I don't know, he just got this idea the one day, and he started building this thing in the tank. We call it the tank. It's our showroom. And this is what he came up with. I mean, it's a little bit of a different take on a I'd call it a space saving half rack, but we got some storage on there, and it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got like walls, you got not wall storage, you got storage shelves.
Yep.
Looks like there's storage for the dip stand. Okay. So this thing it's available now, right?
It's available now. Yep. Okay. And the functional trainer attachments for these are available now. So we have a functional trainer available for half rack and 6 post.
Okay. All right. Now you guys, as I understood it, you guys were making your stuff in-house.
Yeah.
All right. Are you still making everything in-house, including the Build Limitless line?
Well, Build Limitless and Profile. Profile is the wall mounted stuff. Build Limitless is freestanding. They're all made in-house. We do have some US components, like our spotter arms are made China or overseas components. Our spotter arms are made overseas.
Okay.
There are like our J cups are made overseas, but the bulk of the rack, like the whole functional trainer attachment, the rods and the weight stacks come from overseas, obviously, but all the shrouds, all the attachments, the rack, all that's made in our factory here in Fargo. So.
Okay. So we got a question in the chat from Dr. Taddy Waffles. Let's see here. So Justin, if you could go back to 2013, would you focus as much on space saving, or would you have expanded into other products earlier?
That's a good question. I mean, I think you can never. There's a reason the windshield's bigger than the rearview mirror, so we don't spend a whole time looking back. But I mean, I don't think we would change a thing. Like the space saving system that we've created and like the ecosystem behind that has really been our success to date. And it's allowed us to kind of engineer a little bit differently, stand out in a space that, otherwise could be crowded. I don't think we would change anything, but we do kind of lean on it. Like even as we've developed Build Limitless, we keep space in mind, right? Like when you think of that Trident, we're trying to put as much in the compact space as you can. So we're looking to stay down the space saving road, but I would consider that half rack space saving too. I guess it depends how you look at it.
Sure. I mean, and again, it goes back to kind of like remembering like why this started, because I remember they said it. Brian was like, "Hey, the fact is that we can't park our cars on the street because your battery will die. You have to bring the car inside. So what do you do with the power rack while the car's parked in there?" And that's where it started. So people are liking the Trident, and you got some fans of Indy.
There you go.
Carb said basically, as long as you have Roman strength on his website, on your website, he's a fan of yours.
Rory's an absolute beauty. We love Rory.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I was texting Rory after Home Gym Con, and I thought I had him convinced to write us a song, a PRx song.
Oh, that needs to happen.
I haven't seen it yet, so Rory, waiting for the lyrics, man.
Oh my God, that needs to happen. So, what do you guys have coming up? I know everybody's got like the Labor Day sales and things like that. What do you guys have coming up? Not just for Labor Day, but do you have any like releases that you can tell us about going into the holiday shopping season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our Labor Day sale right now is up to 15% off. I think that gets into the storage products probably when you get to the 15 points. But so that runs through the 3rd, I think. So like next Tuesday or Wednesday. So get in on that. We, in terms of product releases, we're going to be releasing within the next month or so. I say that loosely, but we're going to be releasing a foot plate attachment that's really nice. It's got some adjustment built into it, and hopefully getting into our collaboration with Britain at Vendetta Strength with our belt squat. It's a really nice belt squat. We're super excited about this thing. It's got full range of motion, really nice. It can be wall mounted, rack mounted. We're excited. We kind of had a teaser of it at Home Gym Con. We took some feedback from the people that were using it, and we made a few changes to it. So we kind of got that last prototype done about last week. I think we had a review on it, or maybe it was even this week. So we're super excited about that. We got some right now that Build Limitless functional trainer attachments. Those only come in 95-inch heights. So we're going to be bringing those to the market here real soon with 81s and 89s, I think. So those will be coming. I feel like I'm missing something. The guys would kill me if I missed something big, but
well, I'll tell you what. Here's what we can do. You just come back on Black Friday and say, this is what we're releasing today.
Yeah.
And then you just come back and just tell
us. Here is a big one, I guess. And then maybe it's not a new product release, but I mean, our Dialed Motion collaboration has been, the functional trainer attachment has been on pre-order since we launched that thing. And we're finally going to be into an inventory situation right around Black Friday. So that thing's been selling really nice for us. And, we didn't order a whole pile right out of the gate. We were kind of testing the waters a little bit. And we have our first shipment showing up in about 2 weeks. So we'll get those out to everybody that got in on the early pre-orders. And then, we're hoping to be in a constant inventory state right around Black Friday. So that's going to be exciting, because I know there's lots of people that are just, we don't love pre-order internally either. I know everybody kind of gets ripped on it, and they get ripping on companies that do pre-order. And I don't blame them. Like I don't even know if I'd buy a product on pre-order, quite honestly. And here we're asking everybody to do it. So we appreciate the support we've got on that. And I know so did James and Lee.
So Rory said he's still working on the song. So there's an update there. And I'm not necessarily endorsing this idea, but I'm going to tell you. So Kurt says PRx needs to do a music video to Moby where they just store and deploy racks on the ups and downs. I mean, if that's how y'all want to spend your workday,
I'll send it to TJ.
I'm here for it. I'm here to support. I'm not here for it. I'm here to support you doing it. There we go.
There.
I'm not going to be part of it, but I'm here to support you doing it. All right. this is something I like to ask companies, especially when they've been in the market for a while, because people start to feel like they know you. They're like, oh, that's PRx, they do this. The PRx Performance, they do this, right? What's something that, stop. You've been with the company for a little over a year, correct?
Yeah, year and a half, not quite.
Year and a half? Okay. So you had the advantage of coming into PRx Performance with fresh eyes to look at everything. And I mean, before they ever hired you, you get to check out the company and say, oh, these are our signature products. This is what we do. This is who we are. And you get to have fresh eyes. Is there anything you discovered about PRx Performance that you wish people knew, but nobody ever thinks to ask?
Well, I think it probably maybe is almost like a cop out to even say this, but I didn't realize how high quality this stuff truly was until you put your hands on it. Like, there's lots of good stuff in the home gym space. Our stuff is really good. Like, it's great. Like, the being a folding rack company gives you some advantages in the sense that, like, you have to manufacture just a little bit better. Like, precision, it matters, right? Because you're folding and moving and it can't wear out. And our stuff is really good. And some people think, oh, it's a folding squat rack. It's not. I mean, this thing's beefy, right? I mean, it's going to do anything that a regular squat rack's going to do.
Yeah. It's and I think it's because you guys are the only ones whose rack folds and unfolds that way. Obviously, it stands apart, but it also means that you can't look at how somebody else solved the problem and say, oh, they fixed the problem like that over there. So yeah, we can apply it to this. You guys almost have to innovate every solution that's related to your folding squat rack because yours is not like anybody else.
Well, I mean, attachment engineering becomes challenging, right? I mean, are people going to leave it on the rack? Are they going to try to fold it up on the rack? How is it going to react to, like, if somebody drops weight on it? Like, our halo arms or our profile halo arms specifically, because those are meant for the profile squat racks. Like, we did a lot of testing on that. And that's why there's some limiting holes to allow the halo arms to, like, be stored in the upward position. If they drop that on the, like, there's just things that are different with our product because of the nature of it mounting to the wall.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even think about that. It's like, that this, maybe only one person did it, but I promise you there's more people who left the jammer arms out and they're like, all right, they lift the halo arms out and they say, oh, let's fold it up. Yep. Okay. So now let's ask you this. This is more about you. What's your proudest accomplishment since coming on board with the company?
Oh boy. I mean, I think that there's two easy answers to that, quite honestly.
I mean, you seem pretty proud of that functional trainer. I saw the
post on
LinkedIn. You're like, I'm excited. I was like, okay, all right. And I don't blame you.
I am. I mean, I think the two, like, there's two, and one, like, coming in here with a fresh set of eyes. I mean, we've built an amazing team, and I mean, it hasn't been the easiest thing, right? Like, I mean, coming down off of COVID, like, we're not in our glory years, right? Or we haven't been in our glory years necessarily. So we've been doing some rebuilding and whatever, but I think the team that we have assembled is just, quite honestly, it's phenomenal. Everybody cares. Everybody's in it. The strategy that we got going forward, I think, is impressive, and everybody's executing. So that's, like, number one. Number two, I mean, I'm super proud of the collaboration with Dialed Motion. It wasn't always easy. Those guys are, when I say it wasn't easy, I mean, we were going through some things, right, with Jammergate when we first started talking to them. And I mean, that put some things in the background or on the back burner. And I mean, James and Lee are absolute beauties. We text, like, I would consider them friends, but not only, am I proud of the relationship, but the product is amazing. And I think we're going to continue to innovate in that space together. So I don't want to speak for them, but yeah, we love them.
Right. So Dr. Taddy Waffle said a PRx profile rack plus a Ref 1 E-Stack collab just makes sense. He said he would love to see it. Two more questions for me. Because this is something that I honestly, in fact, I didn't know about it until I saw Jake's Jammergate video. Like, when he went out there to meet with you guys, along with Kyle and all them. But you guys, the special needs initiative that you guys have, That's a pretty big deal, and I don't think enough people know that PRx Performance does that. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we started a company called a side hustle in that's about 3 years ago, I guess, called Sensory RX, and it's an initiative or a product that we're very proud of, but we're still trying to figure out figuring out how to get it to market a little bit more in depth than what we have. But this product is geared towards special needs, neurodivergent, kids or families. Oh, you're pulling it up, so. Yeah. So what we're focusing on here is, still allowing kids to sweat, right? That's Brian's kind of big thing. He's like, everybody deserves to sweat, and everybody, the whole sensory community looking to maintain folks. Where I see this going, or where I see the need for this is in classrooms. I mean, we have, we can put these into clinics, and in OT spaces are very big, where they can bring children or teens or whatever, age group in and help them with their therapy. And then they can go home and kind of keep that going there. But I think in the classroom is huge. You've seen a big shift in classroom kind of layouts over the last, 5 to 10 years, where it's a little bit more inclusive space, and, kids are able to kind of get around and move around a little bit, where, if we have a new product coming out, actually, that we're working on it with Britton. He's done the majority of the design. It's kind of like a true space saving sensory solution, where it folds on and off the wall. Like our profile rack. And, that thing, if we can get that into, I think it belongs in every classroom, right? Every kid has different needs. And no, that's not the one. It's not out yet. It's still, we're just prototyping it right now. It's much smaller than those systems. Those are pretty big, and more meant for like therapy sessions and clinics. But anyways, I just think we can get these into schools. We'll allow kids to participate in the classroom longer, more focused, less distractions, and then put it out, put it against the wall so the next class can come in. So we're excited about sensory. It's a little bit of a departure from like home gym space and fitness, but did I say first sensory? Yeah, it's fourth sensory. Somebody knows the product already. So, and Brian has launched it on Kickstarter. So if anybody wanted to check it out, you could search for that on Kickstarter, but we will have it on the Sensory RX website in the next, I'd say 3 months. We plan to launch it in October. So.
I'll put the link for it in the video description. So if you guys are watching on replay, shout out to the replay gang. Just go to the video description, and I'll have that link so you guys can check it out. Yeah. So JB said the Sensory RX thing is huge. He said, I went in on the first Sensory Kickstarter. He said, my child is autistic, and the resources through Climber RX and Sensory RX are godsends. And said, I think it's amazing you guys are doing it. That's what I'm saying. It's like not enough. Because I think that there aren't enough people who realize that these resources are out there. And there are not enough people who realize that PRX is part of kind of like making these resources available. So I just want to make sure we talked about it a little bit.
I think it's amazing, and I'll be first to admit I don't have a ton of experience with that demographic in the community. And I went to a trade show with Sensory RX last fall, and you see some of these kids in these swings, and they just light up. Like if that don't warm your heart, I don't know what does.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's get rid of that. So I did find it on Kickstarter, and let's go ahead. I got the picture of it. I'm gonna go ahead. I will show it on screen, but I'm also going to post it in the chat so people can see.
Thanks, John.
Oh yeah, man. I'm serious. This is a big deal. Because a lot of times, and I think too often, you have like an autistic kids. People kind of want them to just kind of like go over there and just be quiet,
Yeah.
Because they're not. They can be a lot to handle, but they're still people. And if you can give them something that enhances their quality of life, then I think that's 100% worthwhile.
This thing is 100% Britton. Britton from Vendetta. He designed that with Brian and myself. So that prototype is sitting in Brian's house right now.
Oh, that's so let's see here. I just put so there's a link. I put it in the live chat. So if you guys want to check it out, you can, and then I'll have it in the video description. So you said this is Britton from Vendetta. So this is another collaboration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. Okay. All right. Well, man, I appreciate you coming and spending some time with us. How can people reach out to you guys if they wanted to? Obviously, if they want to make a purchase, or if they just want to keep up with everything you guys have going on at PRx Performance.
I mean, there's so many different ways, and we love talking to customers or anybody that's interested. But obviously, our website's a great, it's kind of the backbone of what we're doing here, and you can get us through their contact page. Through there, there's phone numbers, there's chat. But I mean, realistically, I mean, any Instagram channel, Facebook, like we try to get into the comments as much as we can. Hell, if somebody wanted to reach out to me, it's great. Find me on Instagram. I'm not super engaged with it all the time, but happy to entertain any conversation anybody's looking to have. And then, yeah, I mean, there's numerous ways to get a hold of us, but I think following us on Instagram, Facebook, I think we're doing some TikTok stuff. We got YouTube videos coming out often. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways to connect.
Are you doing TikTok dances, Justin?
I am not. My daughter might be, but I'm sure not.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to see the level of commitment.
Yeah. I will if somebody wants it. If that's what we want to see, I don't think anybody needs to see that.
Oh, I promise that we want to see it. Yeah, I'll get my TikTok back just so I can see it. You just let me know when I can expect it. All right.
Yeah.
Man, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate you coming on here and being patient. I know that you got a lot of moving parts, and I scheduled to get sick right before the interview and all that. So
no, it's all good. I mean, before we came on, you mentioned how we met in the hallway, and Austin's our director of product. He's been with us forever. And we were walking down the hallway to the elevator, and there you were. And Austin's like, "Hey, I know you." And we kind of hit it off, and glad we do this. This is amazing.
Do you often schedule podcast appearances in people's in the hallways of hotels?
You know what? This is my first podcast, John, and I don't know. We'll see if we do more, but I mean, we're pretty, I don't know. We're pretty just normal people, I think.
Yeah, like we walked out the room. Actually, we might have been going to our room. Let me think about that. I think
you were just done filming because it was early.
Yeah. We just finished filming and we were going back because they didn't have a room for us to do any editing. So we were editing, doing all of our editing in the room, and also moving everything off of the SD cards from the camera. So you got to clear it off so you have more room to go get more footage. And so we were headed that. I'm just going to go on record as saying that walk through the casino to get all the way to HFA was brutal. I mean, I hit my 10,000 step goal just with a couple of just a couple of back and forths.
Yeah, it's a good place to get some.
I was like, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, it was great having you on here. I appreciate you spending some time with us, and please, definitely don't make this the last time. I'll get you back on here.
Appreciate that. Yeah, anytime. It was really fun and like what you're doing for the community. So keep it up.
Thank you. All right, my man. Take it easy.
See ya.
All right. So that was my guy, Justin from PRx Performance. They have a really awesome company. As you guys saw that they're doing the thing with the Sensory RX. They have to build limitless package that you guys can jump on if you don't want a folding rack, if you want something for outdoors. I know some of you guys have like the backyard gym setups. And, you want to maybe have a rack out in the middle of the backyard instead of having it up against a wall or something like that. So definitely go check them out. Visit their website. That's the first place I would do. I would go to PRxPerformance.com. Check them out on Instagram, PRx Performance. And they're very, very approachable. They're a good bunch of people. They're a good collection of home gym owners who have not forgotten where they came from. All right. So that is it for today's show. Thank you to my guest Mario from 46 Fitness and Justin from PRx Performance for making this one a success. Shout out to all of you guys who watched and commented. Next week, we've got Anthony Gutierrez from the Bar Gym Reviews and Mark Tovar from Flex Mark the Spot. They're going to be joining the show, and that's going to be another fun episode. But until next week, you guys, keep on spreading the word about the show to help us grow and keep stacking days.